Fair.
If I ever get to that point, I want it to pay off. If I ever get 20 total levels, I want to get that boom level 20 that I've never gotten before. Because I've never played in a game. No, I've only played in one game. And I
Mm-hmm.
played as a gunslinger fighter. So it wasn't even that fun because I only got one extra attack after level 20, pretty much. Which is
Mm,
good, but.
yeah.
So it
Well,
said a 2. So it really thinks I should change.
my first campaign with this group, I got them leveled up to 20 pretty quickly. They went through about 5 chapters of like light questing, so I wanted to get them ready for the thing. Oh, here, let's move over into the rejected potential real quick. All right, let me move them. Moving you guys over here. There.
Okay.
There you go.
Yep, I just moved you myself. Because we're technically on pre-show. But as far as it goes, yeah, I leveled them up real quick just to get them kind of experience with everything, and then they ended up fighting an army and ended up getting put on as an amusement to an old god or to a high god, and yeah. They also had a
Yeah, sounds
teddy
fun.
bear that tried to chase them around for a while.
Well, yeah, fuck it. I'm keeping Barbarian. I've never played it before.
It makes it interesting.
It's interesting. I like Barbarians.
Let me switch that up so I can get the proper extension because I've got the wrong D&D group for that. Oh, and Fuka, we'll be doing more on the Gods campaign stuff coming up soon, so
That's cool.
because that's gonna be interesting to see. Okay. Oh yeah.
Will be. I'm excited to get some more information about the gnolls and their stuff.
Mhm. Oh, we'll see. Dibus is now dead. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
He poor thing died. We
Never.
turn yourself up, Fuka. Can't hear you.
Hello.
There you go. You're good now.
Okay. What of never?
Oh, yeah, that's right. She is now gone. Let me remove her completely from the campaign. Oh, that's gonna suck. It's gonna be the 4 of you. Oh, man.
So we're just gonna leave a reptile to die then?
I'm gonna take care of that. Don't worry.
Okay.
Takes care of it. Rock falls.
He would do something like that.
I would never. How dare you think of something better than my plan? Oh,
Oh
man.
no, tunnel's collapsing. Oh no, he's dying. And it's like, you could just walk. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Go without me. It's the opening's 5 feet in front of you. You can walk out. Oh no, rock falls.
Yep.
It's just.
Oh, I have my plans. Gods. I can't believe I bought a German book. Whew.
Hey, now time to brush up.
No.
Time to brush up.
Yeah. God damn, and never again am I eating cheese. At least not till next week. Whew.
Damn it.
I have a feeling, Vuka, you're gonna be more on my diet than I am.
Yep.
Alright, let's get this going. Game. Save load. There it is. RPG. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to seeing how this goes today since you guys are still in the middle of that horde. Did you just message me? Oh, yeah, you gave me a link. Okay. Alright. Don't bother with that. While this loads, I need to... Oh yeah, I need to find that. Shoot, that's gonna be a bitch to find. Do I still wait? I think that link is still listed in the other.
So, with the kind of culture of gnolls, how tribal was it? Was it more of like was it very close to
Clans.
orc kind of camp? Yeah, clans and Kind of orcish in general, right?
Yeah, think of are you familiar with the who the Pictish were?
No.
Do you know
Free
what?
Scots.
Yeah, basically they're the Scots who used to eat people, and that's why the Vikings wouldn't go into Scotland. Um, so yeah, imagine basically that is what you're dealing with.
All right, makes sense.
Is that these are clan-based creatures.
All right, sounds good.
So
Man. Ah, ow, my neck.
okay, well that's glad to hear that your neck's popping.
That's good.
All right. Let me see. So that's pulled up. That's pulled up. I found the character sheet link. So the only thing now is I'm missing. Oh, hey, look! I forgot about my ancient brain-stealing dragon. Now let's throw that into this campaign. It's only a CR 25. You guys should be all right. You know, just have no brain and it works.
Wait,
Uh,
so for Brain Stealing Dragon, like, it will basically just, like, devour any intelligence that the person has, correct?
yeah, something like that.
Oh, joy.
Yeah, normally I would invite Rands into this campaign at this point because we could use the extra player, but he's also a silent person, so
Yeah.
doing that's kind of hard to do without a mic, and plus he was never good, he was never big on the combat stuff, so he was just very good at being working
Aim.
inside the town. Yeah. Poor guy playing a dragonborn inside of a dwarven town. Didn't know the lore or the history of the world, so he started playing this dragonborn, and he ended up saving this old lady's purse. And the old lady started beating him for it. And he's just sitting there trying not to kill her outright or the rest of this town as he was fantasizing about burning it down to the ground. Oh, who's good? You know, that's the only thing I miss about Rands is Rands' character, but there was never a dull moment with him. I will probably pull another player here soon if it is kind of a hard time at all this session around for you guys, because without Vutha, you are going to be kind of lost, so you do need a second tank or someone else to play. So, and I have plenty of volunteers.
I do have a friend I know if you need it, if you want to talk to him at all.
It depends. Do you think they'd fit into the group?
He's one of those people where he's just always energetic, kind of cheery, so he doesn't really not fit into any groups per se. He's always kind of just
Okay.
he's a nerd who's also somehow a people person because of his natural positivity.
Okay.
Do you,
One question. Can he handle, can he handle us, basically?
the
Currently
extreme
he's
narcissism?
handling a party member who killed children, but I mean, not a big deal, right?
Kill children.
Yeah, I have
Wow.
a player in my Waterdeep campaign,
Mhm.
and if anyone's familiar with the fireball part scene where there's a child witness that
Mhm.
also saw where the necklace was thrown in the barrel, they followed him into kind of like an orphan hovel,
Mhm.
and when things got heated, he cast Burning Hand. I only made him kill one child. I could have made him kill like 5 more because he didn't really think about the area of effect, and there's like 5 children slash toddlers behind where the blast radius was. But I was being nice.
Well, I mean, I can still beat that if you'd like. I had a player who decided to use a baby as a javelin. He
No,
gave it
he
a
used
spiked
he
he gave it a
he
spiked helmet to throw it at a wizard.
And
he
then
did
it
use it as
self-immediately
a
caved
javelin.
in.
Well, nope.
And then when it made impact, it turned to a slush pile because of the compression and
Yeah,
inertia
pretty much,
inside the
but
helmet.
he crit and managed to take the wizard's head off, but killed the child.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
The best thing is it was a
Uh,
nobleman's child that they had been hired by to protect the child.
yeah.
Very dumb barbarian character. It was the best day ever.
I don't like characters like that. They always fuck things up for the lulz, but it's kind of like, really? You're gonna be that retarded? Like, those players are the ones that I have no qualms of fucking killing. Like, people who throw the noble's child
I thought it was
so that do
hilarious.
so the night.
Fair enough. Oh, damn it. I dropped back down to 89 followers. Fuck. Where's my I'm trying to get to 90, damn it. Or trying to get to 100. That's all I'm trying to do, but no one wants to watch me. Fuka, it's all your fault. You're not gay enough for everyone. We've got to
Bitch!
bring in your Croatian fan base.
Bitch! Get that shit away from me!
Let's get right into the news.
No. Burn that shit to the ground. Burn it.
Oh, man.
Let's get raw into the news.
Lord.
I'll be right back.
God, no.
Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna lie, the brute feature where you just get to add a fucking extra like die of damage to each of your attacks is pretty awesome. Have you seen that ability?
Mm-mm. What does it do?
There's a brute. There was a UA subclass for the fighter. Not many people liked it, but I did. Basically, their third level features they get to add a D4 to any weapon attack they make, and it's just extra D4 damage.
That's impressive.
Yeah, and then it increases later on to D6, a D8, and then a D10 at last. And it's just any weapon attack you make, an extra D whatever it is based on your level. So let me look right here. Brute. Yeah, the max it can go to at 20th level is 1d10. At 10th it's 1d6, and at 16th is 1d8. So it does increase sparsely by like 7 level gaps, but whatever. Still an extra die of damage, which contributes to crit damage as well.
I wasn't paying attention. What happened?
I was talking about the brute
Yeah,
fight.
it's brute force.
Oh, okay. Where is... Okay. I don't know. Usually she's online.
Who? Tikva?
Yeah. Zaya. Oh, yeah, we gotta change your name back, because otherwise I'm gonna call you that, and... There we go. I think that's right, right? Yeah, I got it right. Wow, your new name's easier to spell than Alice. Shocker.
I mean, you fucked it up on the Roman
Oh
stuff.
shit!
Mm-hmm. What's
Sorry,
wrong?
box.
Oh.
I threw a book at my box.
Alright. You have a pet box?
No, I had the tabletop dice tray I have a box, and I laid it on my bed, and I threw a textbook on my bed, and it landed on top of it and kind of squished it a bit. Not too bad.
Rip.
I know the
It's sturdy
lifestyle.
cardboard.
Being a college student and having no room for anything. Sucks. Alright, well, we know Dibbus is dead, but I can't believe poor Dibbus didn't deserve to die.
That's the downside of crit confirms, that innocent death.
Yeah. But it keeps things spicy.
Also infuriating.
That's true. Oops. No, what's infuriating is when you end up with a, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, buying the wrong textbook for a college class, even though it's listed according to the website and the class.
Books are stupid. We should burn them.
Books are expensive.
We burn.
No, we shouldn't, because I'm not spending $200 to burn something.
We should burn them. Burn
God
it.
damn it.
It's a lot of money for burning a book.
Very much.
I love the,
Freedom it gives you.
No, yeah, freedom of losing or having a lighter wallet.
You get to make that choice though.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. This is too lighthearted for tonight's scenery. Let me grab something better.
Unpopular opinion: barbarians are just muscle druids.
No, barbarians are
Muscle
much better.
Rangers. Muscle Rangers. That's what it is. Not
Uh-huh.
Druids, Rangers. Muscle Rangers.
I was gonna say, because barbarians are much better than druids, especially in 5e. But no one likes to play 3.5 because it's too difficult.
And wizards are technically godlike and broken as fuck.
Well,
With 3.5 wizard is
yeah,
just I mean, why?
yeah, 3.5 wizards are terrifying. But so are death clerics. We had a death cleric in our group that did better than the barbarian and the fighter as far as damage output combined.
3.5 or 5e?
3.5. You can't be a
Ah,
death cleric in 5e, I don't think.
you can.
Because there's no prestige class.
It's not prestige class, it's a subclass of the cleric. Death cleric.
Is it? I thought it was
Yeah,
a.
Depth Domain Cleric. Like first level ability, whenever you cast a Necromancy cantrip, and it targets only one target. If there's a target adjacent to it in a 5-foot range, you can target both targets at once.
Okay.
And then at second level, you get Touch of Death, which whenever you make a melee attack, you can then add 5 plus your level necrotic damage to the attack as a channel divinity. Sixth level, you get to ignore resistance to necrotic damage. I
Well,
think the eighth is you get to add 1d8 damage to your weapon attacks with necrotic damage, like the Divine Furies always are. And then the 17th level ability is whenever you cast a Necromancy spell of any level 5 or lower, and it only targets one creature, and there's an additional creature within 5 feet of it, you can target both at once.
well, click that link and you'll see the 3.5 death domain.
Alright.
That are basically fucking liches.
Hell yeah.
Like they were terrifying. This was the 3.5 we learned. I don't think it's if I remember I think that's
I
unofficial.
only see the domain spells.
Yeah, those
Oh.
domain spells alone were fucking terrifying. I mean, as far as it goes, Whale of the Banshee was just god awful. What was it?
I'm actually playing
Destruction.
a
Yeah.
Necromancer in a pirate themed campaign,
Mhm.
and I had a homebrew spell list someone
Mhm.
created, like a compendium, and
Mhm.
I asked my DM to review it, and she marked off the ones that she allows, and Whale of Banshee was actually one of the spells in the homebrew compendium.
Oh my god, I'm shocked on that because that. Ugh, I hate that spell.
Want to hear what it does?
Sure.
All right. So the ninth level 5e version of Whale of Banshee does the following. Well, Banshee, Necromancy, 1 action, 30-foot range, VSM, a lock of hair from evil female elf for components. Duration instantaneous. You let out an unearthly shriek, and those who hear you fall down dead. All creatures within range that are not deafened, other than you, suffer 40d6 psychic damage or half on a successful Constitution saving throw. Your shriek is audible to all within 300 feet, but only within the spell's range does it take damage.
Damn.
So basically 40d6, 30-foot area around you, 9th level spell.
Hmm. Jeez.
That's pretty good.
Well, I mean, I guess if it's 9th level, that's fine, but still.
Yeah, it's the same level. You can be like, I wish for anything.
Well, yeah, within means. God damn it! Come on, Zaya. How many times do I have to bug you?
There's also disruption, 60-foot range, 1 action. You manipulate the necrotic energies in a range, destroying all undead creatures with 60 hit points or fewer, and dispelling necromancy spells of 5th level or lower. All other undead creatures within range must make a Constitution saving throw. Failure indicates the creature suffers 2d12 plus 60 force damage, while success indicates the creature only suffers half damage.
Mm-hmm. Jesus.
So that's a 9th level. That's targeting. It's destroying undead.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
But my favorite is actually no, I don't know what my favorite is. Here's a cool one though. An 8th level called Skeletal Guard. 50 gold per piece worth Black Onyx, spell consumes. Duration's permanent, 120 feet range, and a cast time of 10 minutes. You
Mhm.
target up to 8 corpses or a pile of bones from humanoid creatures. Each of the corpses becomes a skeleton under your control, but is bound to a location within range. The skeletons guard that location from intrusion, but cannot go more than 120 feet from the location. These skeletons have advantage against spells and effects that would turn them or otherwise force them to flee. These skeletons do not count against any limits imposed by other animate dead spells, but you cannot have more than 8 skeletons active the spell at once. Animating new skeletons beyond this limit causes previously animated skeletons to crumble to dust. At levels higher, you can cast a spell using 9th level spell slot, cast to animate 12 skeletons with a spell slot instead of
Jesus.
8. So basically, you make one guard that guard one area, and that's boom,
Mhm.
done.
Yeah, so it's
Very cool.
great if you decide to hold out in a place where you're getting attacked.
Yeah, or if you want to make your captain quarters really fucking protected on your pirate ship.
Mhm. Jesus.
Because yeah, with this campaign, the hook of it, I was told, is we're going to be trying to seek out the Fountain of Youth, and my character is a necromancer risen from the dead after 100-year kind of dead period of
Mhm.
being kind of just dead. So he's obsessed with eternal life because after dying, he didn't see an afterlife and is terrified because he thinks he's cursed with being strict of an afterlife. In reality, what happened was his now dead lover, who okay, backstory is lived in a ye olde town, was apprentice wizard, was cursed at birth, had a bunch of dark shit, just kind of like a devil child, just a bad omen, literally just cursed for chaos, just unlucky as hell, just unlucky.
Jesus.
And that's because his mother was a warlock to the god of chaos and made a pledge that her firstborn son would suffer eternal suffering until he pledged service in the name of the god. So my mother dying, I don't know about the thing. It went unknown, and now I'm wandering around. But my familiar, whose name is Omen, and has a black cat, is actually a fiend spirit sent by the god of chaos, who's also an abyssal demon, and it's kind of a guide to help me obtain
Mm.
more power. And currently, I am just on a pirate ship because I woke up from a 100-year dirt nap. Everyone I know is dead. And
Mhm.
I was like, fuck it. Pirate adventure. I need money. I need a place to hide. This seems good enough.
Um. Here, give
Oh,
me.
yeah, I forgot to say. I forgot the most important fucking part. I'm retarded. Um, his lover Gloom, who was a tiefling necromancer as well, but much more powerful, was looking for an apprentice, being him. And whenever they found out, they were hung on a hanging tree. And basically, being kind of a powerful dark soul, she stuck around as kind of a spirit in the tree. And whenever people were hung on the tree, she kind of absorbed part of their life force. And after 100 years of hanging and war and just chaos and misery in the world, she kind of drew enough power to resurrect me
Oh
as
Jesus!
a
Wow.
as kind of like a dying, sorry I got you killed,
Mhm.
and in hopes that he will resurrect her when he gains the power of his own, which he will, because that's also his other life goal, to make himself immortal and to resurrect his loved one.
Damn.
Yeah, and that's my necromancer.
Huh. Interesting.
Also, he's a sociopath because he has no emotion because he was born cursed.
Well, then that's fair. I think that's a lighter thing compared to the rest.
Yeah. Well,
Um.
yeah, I think it's fun to have that character who legitimately doesn't see, like, in his mind, if we took a cat, like, if we took a hostage who was an enemy, like warrior, like a pirate, and they were like, make him walk the plank, I would be like, hey, before you kill him, let me practice my torture techniques on him for a couple hours so I can get better at my experience, and then we can kill him. He doesn't see the moral ambiguity of torturing someone for hours to get practice before killing them, rather than just killing them outright.
Mhm. Jesus. All right.
He's nice enough. But he has a pet cat, so he's not completely evil. That vindicates him.
That just indicates more that he's evil.
I mean, his cat is a demon in the form of a cat, but who cares really?
So, just as a heads up, if Maya does not join, I don't know if we'll be doing today's session because of the fact that you guys are going to need it because the CR level
Oh
for
yeah,
the encounter you guys are in is actually pretty high. So, the
yeah.
hard.
Imagine a horde of zombies in plate armor. I mean, that is tough because at 18 AC, that's when shit gets difficult.
Tell me about it. So, yeah, I mean, they don't have much HP. That's the nice thing about it.
20
But,
around 20, which is not bad, but level 4, not many attacks, attack action economy, tight space, traps, not knowing where we are, linear passageway. It's a real disaster waiting to happen. Which is why my first game plan is to fucking go through that tunnel, book it to the entrance, and close the fucking door and get the hell out of here. I ain't fighting this tunnel. It's death trap.
Yeah, it looks like King's not gonna be able to come either. So I don't know if we. Do you guys? I mean, you guys aren't
I'm
gonna be
okay
able
with
to do it.
delaying.
Okay.
I'm okay with delaying. No problem. I really don't want play the session half full and then get killed and oh where were you guys?
Yeah, that's because that's exactly what will probably happen for what I've
Yeah.
got planned. Unfortunately, someone has already seen the character sheets of the zombie or the supposed zombies that I'm using, so they may or may not know what I'm planning to do.
All right.
Hey, isn't that right, huh, Fuka?
What? What are you talking about? I'm so confused.
I forgot. I forgot that I posted it in the chat that he's in, so because I was showing it to the other guys, like, oh yeah, check out what they're fighting right now, and then he's like, oh yeah, I'm in here. I'm like, shit. All right.
That's great.
All right, then I'm just gonna call it.
No problem, man. Totally understand. Not a big deal. I have to go do some work as I have to do some work actually. I've been delaying, so I probably should do that soon. But hey, I only said one thing. And the allowed spells, my favorite I didn't say the other one's my favorite. This fuck that. This spell I forgot about for a second.
Mhm.
It's amazing because my guy, I think eventually he'll actually use this spell to make a son. Because I'm playing it that since he's been dead 100 years. I mean his character actually let me post an image of what he looks like. He is ghastly because being dead I mean, he still looks decent. I'm not gonna lie. He looks pretty good, but it's not the best.
Oh wow, looks
Yeah,
like a snow elf or like a vampire.
he's a human variant, but
Mm.
basically, just being dead fucking drained the color of his body. Uh,
Jesus.
but yeah, which is also why he's so obsessed with becoming immortal, because humans die so fucking fast compared to other races.
Well, that's yeah, fair
90
enough.
compared to 800 years, yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty fucking fast. Which is also why he knows Elvish, because he was doing research into the elves and their spirits. Because if you don't know in default Forgotten Realms lore, elves have since they have Fey origin, their souls are stronger almost in nature compared to other races. Meaning, whenever they die, they easily can persist past death. Because how it works is whenever someone dies in the default Forgotten Realms lore, their spirit has their personality in it, but suppressed, just like one of many that used to be in their lifetime. Souls are more these almost kind of embodiments of energy rather than the person's personality. So whenever a soul dies and leaves the body, well, not soul die, but the person dies and leaves the body, that soul isn't really that person anymore. It's more of like their energy that was with them, which is why whenever you want to resurrect someone and it says if they're willing, a lot of the time they're not always willing because it's not the same real person. It's like that soul's energy because it's ascended to the next dimension of its service. Either going to Mount Celestia to serve the angels or being punished in the infernal realms or any other type of other bargains that made in real life. So,
Another person's here.
oh, that's cool.
Are you wait? Maya, is your mic working today?
I don't know, is it?
Yay!
Holy shit! Well, I
Oh
guess.
yeah, I
working.
forgot to mention, we just got Wi-Fi recently.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Well, I guess then we are doing it. Okay, let me switch the title back.
All right. Yeah, I'll wrap up real quick. Basically, elves, and for instance, banshees and poltergeists, those are actually spirits that can only be elven spirits by default lore. Like they can't even be humans. Like only like ghosts are literally just elves that died because their soul presence is so powerful they can persist much easier. So
Hmm.
the idea being, he learned Elvish in attempts to kind of channel their inner spiritualism to find a way to enhance his own soul's power, and he also wants to do much research in the fact of calling spirits back to become deathless to serve an eternal life,
Mm-hmm.
which is why at 6th level, the Awaken spell, casting time 8 hours, range touch, a piece of onyx carved to resemble a humanoid bone worth 1,000 gold peaches, gold pieces which the spell consumes. You call back the spark of intelligence for one undead target of an intelligence score of 6 or less. The target's intelligence and wisdom score increases to 10 each, or the target had in life, whichever is lower. The target regains any proficiency they had in life,
Hello.
the ability to speak languages anew. Hello.
All right.
Awaken undead.
Hello.
Calm it down a little bit. We're gonna start up.
Okay.
Okay,
I love
one
spells.
thing to note about Ambrosia, take all what you learned about 5e and 3.5, chuck it out the window, and focus on this.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're not wrong. All right, all right. Everyone's in side quest chat, I hope. So,
Yep.
no worries. King.
I
Yes.
have a question.
Of course you do.
Why am I needed for today's session?
Well, let me put it this way. You're fighting a event that's got a CR level way beyond your actual level ability, and you've already lost Vutha and Dibus. So I'm assuming you can do the math here and kind of guess
Yeah.
about why you're here. Okay. Now that you know, I will start up the session. I'm just getting something set real quick. Alright. And then I'll kick Fuka's ass later at Stellaris.
Bitch, I wish.
Let me get everything up. I assume everyone has their character sheet up and all that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
Ah.
Ow.
You be careful. Alright. Cameron's gonna be typing, but Cameron, I'm confident enough, knows his character well enough to be able to plan things out accordingly. So let me just take off Dibus since he is now dead, and Vutha since she is.
Rest in peace, Dibus.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he got crushed by a rock.
No, he got exploded by a zombie.
Yeah, he got murdered by whatever the heck these things are.
Alright. Video capture, and let me put the game capture on. There it is. The
Can you post
window.
a link to the whatever I need to view the tabletops in there on?
Go into the general chat, go into the pinned messages, and scroll all the way to the bottom. That is where the Twitch chat, or that is where my Twitch channel is listed. So, should
Thank
be
you very
there.
much.
It will always be there. That was the first thing I made sure to pin for you guys.
Sounds good.
So, we are back. Welcome back to the D&D game. For those who are watching on the YouTubes, well, I hope you enjoy. Oh, one sec, I've got to, there we go. We are here today to celebrate the death of a dear friend named Dibus.
Rest in peace.
And how he died terribly and lonely and with a rock in his face. After managing to kill Owlman and almost kill the Goblin Blood Hunter. So yes, we are back. Last time we left off, the group managed to find what seems to be a zombie-like horde in full plate armor, roaming the halls and chewing on the remains of some of the villagers that were left behind by the Order of the Owl assassins that had come after our grand and great, amazing cleric named King, who has been fully accused of the death of an entire town in the Elven territories. So, last time we left off as well, the group managed to hold out. However, due to a sudden explosion and a few magic caster-like zombies breaking through the walls, and them being quite quickly killed, rocks have fallen and split the party overall. I will mention, because I guess one of the rocks did not save. Oops, there we go. That the party is currently split with the King and Vukyak in the front hallway, facing off against the Horde, who are currently about 25 feet away from them. Zaya and Zaris are also kind of blocked off in the middle corner with two giant boulders holding the hallway and keeping them from getting to their party. And Vutha was on their own. The last thing that Zaya or Zaris were able to hear from Vutha was a loud scream and what sounded like a lot of liquid hitting the ground.
Oh, joy.
So, we come back to the group currently fighting. The turn marker was on Vukyak, so that means it was his turn starting up.
Okay. So, immediately, where is the hole in the wall that zombie created?
The zombie created a hole that is now right next to King, or right on his right side, and it seems to go further down into a tunnel. You can smell the heavy scent of blood, death, and something wrong. Something doesn't seem natural.
I'm entering the
Delicious.
tunnel, past King, into the first base of the tunnel.
Okay. So I will. Did you
Like-
want to do? As you walk into the tunnel, I don't have the map up yet for it.
Oh,
Because it's hard in Tabletop Simulator. You can't load two maps at the same time.
Mhm.
So as you walk into the tunnel, going down, it goes down about 30 or so feet. And then seems to curve off to the right. You can hear the screeching of what sounds to be other villagers from the town. And something else that seems to be making a wet slapping sound and sounds very loud and heavy.
does this look like it reconjoins with the tunnel that I previously entered through?
No, it does not. It looks like it goes into a full underground. It looks like it's going deeper in the ground as it curves kind of slightly down.
I
However,
remember you said.
I will mention, Vukyak, since you have lived in this village for a little while, you do know that if you continue through the horde that's in front of you, or that was in front of you, you will eventually be able to make it back around to the outside. Because it exits out on the other side of the harbor town.
Okay. Could I make a perception check to see if I hear a number of creatures in the room, like the hallway in front of me that I just entered? Because I don't
Sure.
want to rush into a room full of zombies again.
Yeah, no problem. Go ahead.
Okay, a perception roll.
Yep.
15 plus 2, 17 total.
What it sounds like is there isn't necessarily a horde from what you hear. You can hear a few of them making weird snarling noises, which isn't normal to any zombie you've ever heard about. But I will mention that you hear something what sounds like something very large, and it kind of gives you a weird vibe. It seems like there's something bigger than the zombies themselves that seems to be making a very loud thud noise every few seconds.
All right, if you wouldn't mind, can I see how many zombies are there? I can't currently see the horde. I don't really
The
know
one
how-
that was standing in front, or the ones that were in front of you previously, there was, from what you could tell, about 3, 6,
Jesus.
9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, about 15, maybe 17, 15 to 17 from what you can tell.
Okay, I'm going to move back to in front of King. and
Okay.
I'm going to. How much movement I have after I do that?
Until you still have about 10 feet worth of movement.
Do I see any type of glyphs or trap mechanisms that would cause more of these giant explosions that happened to me previously that almost killed? Well, not almost killed me, but like really hurt me.
No.
Okay.
What's going on?
He's looking for traps.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay,
King, aren't
Go,
you
my
a trap?
muscle-bound friend. You can do that. The dwarf
Alright.
believes in you.
Runs forward. Explosion again. Dies instantly.
I will mention though, with the perception check from earlier, you do notice as you're walking back into the hallway, there does seem to be a button that may enter into the main keep off onto your, well, what would be your left as you're facing, but right on the screen you're looking at. That seems to be right between you and the zombies.
Okay.
That seems to, if you had to get a rough guess, you're thinking that this might open a door or something out into the main keep itself.
I'm gonna move 10 feet forward, my max movement. And if I don't know the full ruling. Whenever I use my rage, if I don't make an attack or if I don't take damage, does it end on my current turn or by my next turn? Like
By-
if I did my rage now and nothing attacked me, but it ended by the time I start my next turn.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna count that they're going to actually come attack me. So I'm gonna use bonus action to make a rage, and then
Okay.
as an action, I'm gonna take dodge action.
Okay. All right. So after you goes King at the top of the order. Now that Dibus is dead.
Dibbit!
So what's the plan, King? Cameron. He might have stepped away. Give me a sec. Let's grab his. There we
No,
go.
hold on. I'm arguing with my brother because he wants a dwarf to come up and punch my character in.
Well, give it time. He's already been punched in the face plenty of times. Alright,
Okay, what do I need?
it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I saw Volcak go down the
The tunnel to your
cave,
right.
right?
Yep, and then he went back in front of you and started moving forward.
As I kind of bump your shoulder, I say, "Bigger monsters down the tunnel. These are easier."
Okay, that tells me exactly what I need to do. I'm going to do nothing because I don't have any third level fucking spell slots. I'm out of spell slots actually. Shit. I have one spell slot left. Shit.
Starts using
I forgot
fingers
how-
to dig tile.
I do have
Has
one
a mental
thing.
breakdown.
Yeah.
How close are the freaking
Zombies?
zombie bullshits?
To 20, 35 feet away from you, roughly.
Okay, frostbite. Give me a Constitution save. Let me
Alright.
double check this.
Okay. Constitution saving throw, you said? That is a 8.
That fails, not passes. Shit.
If that,
damn.
If that passed, I am the world's worst cleric. Oh wait, I already
Yeah.
am. Okay.
that would be
That's 1d.
impossible.
That's 1d6 of cold damage.
Alright, go
so
ahead and
let
roll.
me get my dice up.
Ice, ice, baby.
God damn it. Shut up.
Yes, Maya. Yes.
Shame.
Now I can make bad jokes like that. Now that
Yeah, on your 18th birthday, you're getting a book full of dad jokes.
so I love that.
That is 2
do.
cold damage.
2 points of cold damage. Alright. Let me put down the HP for that monster.
Disappointment.
Well, I mean,
Maya, Tristan says hi.
the armored zombie just looks like
Hi.
a little bothered as a finger kind of falls off, and it looks at as it falls to the ground frozen. Looks back up at Vukiak.
Wait, which finger? Which finger?
Well, I could. God damn it, you're not 18 yet. I can't make that joke. God damn it. All right,
It's the tickling finger.
sure.
Middle finger.
Let's go with that one.
It's the longest one.
Really tempting me here. All right. King, did you want to do anything else on your turn?
Jailbait.
We know that.
Go away, little jailbait. Not today. King.
Monster Inc.'s theme song intensive.
All right. Yeah. Cameron, is there anything else you want to do?
I'll move up closer to Volkiak.
Okay. Alright, so as you stand up right behind him, if I can get, there we go. Alright, the zombie horde is going to charge forth, moving straight onto, oops,
Ooh, I'm scared. I'm fucking real scared.
there we go. Moving full movement speed. They are moving into your attack, so range, that's an attack of
Yep.
opportunity.
Yep, thank you. Yeah, you remembered.
Mm-hmm.
I make my attack, my whole arm. That's an 11 plus 5, so that does not hit.
Wait, 11 plus 5?
Yeah, which is a 16 total.
No, that
Flank-
does not
flank, they have
hit.
8. Yeah. Alright, and that's my attack.
Okay. Alright, so the first one is going to start to slash at you with its very rusty scimitar.
Okay, I took the dodge action.
Oh, well, that's true, so you don't get... That's in... Yeah. If I remember right, that's automatic miss, right? Am I wrong on that?
No, dodge
I
action
think it's
makes
dis-
disadvantage. Disadvantage on all
Disadvantage.
attacks.
Okay. Well, that's okay, because that's only a 12 plus 5 for the first one, and the second one is a 7 plus 5, so that's 12. Does 12 hit you?
Barely not.
Alright, well, you lucked out on its first attack. For
Alright.
its second attack, it's going to try and claw at you. And that is an 11.
11 does not hit.
Alright. You managed to easily dodge both hits as this clumsy thing gets up close to you. You notice something kind of interesting though as it gets up closer to you. It's got a instead of like a gray skin, it seems to have almost a green-esque skin. Its teeth seem to be almost filed, very similar to your own fangs. And it seems to be actually kind of like stubbier than a human. Like a mix between what looks like a dwarf and a human, if anything else. Kind of
Stubby ass
bulkier.
motherfucker.
Oh man. Yeah, so he looks a little different and a little off overall.
And
He's special.
But you know what's great? Even though I missed that opportunity attack, that technically prolongs my rage because it's only if you made an attack, not if you can hit one. So
Oh, fair
thankfully, that
enough.
one attack lets me continue my rage.
And I will also mention this
Nice.
thing does not smell like it's dead. The next one behind it is going to
Does
try.
it smell like daisies?
It does not. It smells like blood. Old blood. Alright, the second one behind it's going to try and stab at you with its own little pole arm.
Oh, pole arm. Oh no.
That's
Oh,
still,
pole arm.
still
I
at
thought you
disadvantage.
said pole arm.
No. Okay, I dropped the dice in, so that doesn't count. Well, that's... So the second one, as it starts to stab at you with its pole arm, thinking it's clever enough to manage to get through you, manages to stab the one in front of it instead, killing it in a single hit. As you just watch as the body gets stuck on it, and it kind of shakes it free and tosses it to the side.
Savage.
Oh my god. Alright, and I've got to make a note of something real quick, because I forgot to note this earlier. Oh no, it was 5.
Oh no.
Nope, nothing bad. Just keeping track of how many of these things you guys have killed or have had killed in this encounter. For XP purposes. Because otherwise if I forget, then you guys get bitchy when you don't get your full experience. Alright.
We want a fully immersed theory.
We deserve it.
Alright, so
Save us!
Zaris and Zaya. Zaya, you're up first. The area you're in now is completely pitch black. You can hear Zaris breathing. You only recognize that for the annoyance he was when you guys lived together as children, and how you hated his every movement. Also, the slight smell of fish can still be smelled on him.
Why are you still breathing?
So yes, it's pitch black, and it looks like both entrances or both sides of the cave or the hallway are blocked off by massive boulders.
The boulders. I have a question.
Yes.
Like the cracks boulders, how big is it? Like, can I see through it?
No.
The other?
These things are pretty solid. There's not really any easy way to move them.
Not like move them, like crack, like.
You see
connect,
no
like-
light.
Well then.
I don't trust this.
That's probably smart.
Divis, no.
Dibus is long dead.
Rest in peace, Divis.
But I think,
Rest in peace.
if I remember right, someone picked up his blade staff.
Yeah, and his ring thing. My brother just looted my best friend.
Didn't you want me to loot him? Hold
I
up.
mean, to be fair.
Guys, Divis is back.
Oh my god.
Wow, he's a cat now.
Hello.
No.
Okay.
Hey, wait, you could skin him and turn him into a
Dark.
plushie.
God damn
Hello,
it.
Dibus.
Yes, it's pitch black.
I'll skin you and I'll sell you to 10x or something.
Ooh.
I mean, Dibus might get more money than a dwarf.
Yeah.
I don't.
Alright, what's the idea, Zaya? What's your plan here?
Well, I'm thinking we probably need light. Okay, besides the boulders, what else is there? I forgot from last.
So behind
like-
you seems to be a cave that seems to go down, or a tunnel that seems to go further down, but the scent of blood is rather strong coming out of it.
Ah, lovely.
It's a normal Saturday afternoon for you. And that's about it. There's no light. It's pitch black in this room.
That only happened. Never mind. Okay, I won't make that joke.
Jailbait, not today.
It wasn't. Messed up. So, all right. I have a.
Yeah.
Can thaumaturgy create light?
Yeah.
I think you can make sparks. I've never heard light though.
It says you
Well,
manifest a minor wonder, sign of supernatural power within range.
True,
So,
but
like-
Legitimately, that could be an small orb of light.
You
but-
can technically dim or change the color of a light for 1 minute or create flames to flicker.
I'm pretty sure the light spell is the if that you could do that, then the light spell wouldn't be even used.
No, she can you can create flames to flicker, so you can create a small like a torch of some sort if you have like a stick or something, or any torches that are unlit. You could use this.
Lights
I don't
Dibus's
know.
staff on fire.
Yeah, anything technically that's flammable, you can for 1 minute set on fire.
Burn
Well,
the
I
body and use
guess.
the tail.
Oh my god.
Light's own tail on fire.
Wait, weren't there corpses of like the weird zombie creatures with us? Can I light one of those on fire?
You can try, yeah.
Then okay, I guess I'll do that.
Let me check something. See if they.
That's always totally not worrying at
Alright,
all.
yeah. So as you use your thaumaturgy, starting to whisper a slight incantation, hovering over this body that smells god awful at this point, as it's starting to rot already. It seems to spark up in light, and seems to slowly, as the flames start to expand, light up the little room you're in now. It smells god awful.
Of course it does. But can I see things better now?
Yeah, you can. It's lit. This would be considered dim light.
Please tell me they have
Alright.
to make a Constitution saving throw against the freaking smell.
Not yet.
Cameron? Cameron? No. Alright. There's boulders in the way.
Mhm.
There's blood everywhere.
Mhm.
There's dead ally. Alright. I'm gonna turn to my brother. My beloved fish-smelling brother.
What's up, fish smelling sister?
Hey, I don't smell like fish anymore. It's been a few days. What do you think we should do?
Hmm.
I don't think going on our own would be wise, but the path is blocked. I'm not sure how to get past the boulders.
Well, the only way to go is go down, and we can try and like have at least. Do you have any torches, like torch sticks?
I don't. Dibus probably did. Just loot
Okay.
Dibus's corpse.
You loot Dibus's corpse.
Okay. I take the there. Here, take Dibus's bloody torch. I hope you're happy.
Okay, I stick the torch in, and
You stick the torch in what?
the
And who?
I said what?
Uh,
I want that
what?
clarified. I said what? All right. All right. As the torch lights up, go ahead. What's the plan?
okay, ready to go down?
Do we have to?
I mean, we can't be able to stay here any longer.
Brother, I have a question.
And I may have an answer. What's up?
You're like animal obsessed, right? So
That
you
is
like
true.
you're a druid. Can you turn into something really, really small?
Well, I'm gonna have to find any cracks between the walls to be able to.
Well, how big are the cracks? How small can you be?
Okay, I examined the boulders to see if there's any like crevices.
If you could turn to
or...
a spider and an ant, that'd be ideal.
Okay. So as you look at it, it looks like there are no holes because on both sides it seems that more rocks have kind of caved in to cover up the slight holes that were there.
Not even an ant could fit?
I mean, even if he did, or even if he had the shapeshift spell, which I don't believe he does at his level, he wouldn't be able to turn into an insect. I do not believe.
Hey, to be fair, we're not being given a choice, King.
So what's the plan, Zaya? Are you gonna use your action or your movement to go down into the tunnel, or are you just gonna wait and let Zaros go first?
How Zaris, what's your AC?
God damn it!
Come on. Let's get going. Turn
what's,
timer.
What's your AC? Dear brother.
1 second.
What's the
He
plan?
wasn't prepared.
My AC is 14.
You're going ahead. I'm behind you, brother. 100% supporting.
Alright. So Zaya's gonna let Zaris go first. Zaris, what do you want?
Wait.
What?
I just remembered. Aren't I still invisible?
I don't think so.
From last time?
I'm not sure.
It's a concentration spell, and I think
True.
you
I
broken your
probably dropped
concentration.
it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Zaris, what's your plan?
Well, time to get going.
Okay, so you're gonna head into the tunnel?
Yep, with the torch in hand.
Alright. So as you walk...
Maybe dim the torch, brother. Dim it a little bit.
And have our sight be more fucked up.
How well do you think those things that live in the dark can see a very bright torch? And how many of them do you think we could handle by ourselves?
So, Vukiak, as you're kind of starting to work on holding back these zombie-like creatures, you can hear what sounds like the faint arguing of two people at each other as they walk further away.
In my mind, it's just like the fastest speaker in the world because this is all happening in 6 seconds. So it's like,
Yep.
I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Exactly. Alright, so Zaris and Zaya, as you head down into the tunnel, I will get back to you in a moment. Vukiak, what's the plan? Are you going to continue to shove through the zombies?
After kind of grabbing my glaive and readying it, even though entering my rage beforehand, just now my vision kind of begins to fade to complete red. I hear a high-pitched whine in my ear, and I just let loose the gates of slaughter! And I begin charging forward. I take my melee attack and then a bonus action melee attack, pull arms or feet. I move 1 space forward.
Okay.
Actually, no, I don't need to. I forgot. I have range.
Alright.
No, I don't move forward, like I said.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I forgot I have range, pull arm and all. First attack is a misses. Second attack misses. I move 1 space back.
You cannot. King is standing right behind you.
He's standing on 2 spaces away from me, not right behind me.
Oh, I couldn't move him up 1, so that's why.
Oh, can I push him? Like half my movement, just kind of shove into him and push him behind me.
Yeah, that works.
I'm just gonna butt into him. Stay 5 feet behind me! And I'm kind of just like muscle man pushing him back in my weight.
Alright.
Good job. Put him in his place.
Okay. Alright, so as Vukiak shoves back, avoids deadly barb. Cameron suddenly gets a reminder of what happened with Wealth. Go ahead.
Is the nearest enemy more than 10 feet away from me?
Yes.
Okay, I'll end my turn then. I'm trying to get that reaction and keep their advance from getting too ridiculous.
Okay. Alright, King, you're up.
Okay, give me a second. I got a nugget in my mouth.
You got a nugget in your
nut?
ass? I'm sorry?
In my mouth.
I thought he said a nut in his mouth.
He's got
Oh.
chicken. Guys, he's got chicken in his mouth.
Don't worry, he just has a nut in his mouth.
Good for you, Cameron. We're proud of you. We knew you'd always eventually branch out.
Oh, shit, your
It's
name's
the
Cameron?
pride one.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I dated a guy named Cameron.
King-
I've that before already.
King, would you like to explain? Tell us a few stories here.
Well, let's see. You know what? I'll just shoot it another one with another
Frostbite.
frostbite. Yep.
Yeah, con saves are good
You're
because it doesn't
so
require AC.
good at this.
All right.
Hey, I
Hey,
haven't hit
hey,
anything. He
hey.
please hit once.
Well, that's a nat 20, so the spell, the little frostbite just flies by him, and he looks at you kind of angrily, kind of warily of the angry dog standing in front of you, though, not wanting to chance it.
I
Guard
flip
dog.
I flip them off. I flip them off.
You flip the zombies up. All right. The horde.
Fuck you.
Unfortunately, the horde advances full feet, so that's an attack of opportunity.
Misses.
All right, and it is going to start stabbing at you. Let's see if it can hit anything today. Oh no. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I know a nat 20 hits.
Oh gosh.
Thankfully, I did
Wait
not
for
confirm. I did not confirm. All right, and that is 4 damage.
4?
Yeah.
Yeah, total?
Yep.
Half the 2.
That is a
Alright.
sad crit.
Yep. That was.
I don't know how it's even possible physically. Thankfully, though.
Well,
Thankfully.
it's a broken.
He-
It's a busted scimitar. So instead of getting a +3, it gets a +2. All right. And as it tries to bite at you a second time, that is. Well, that's a 3.
Oof,
So I'm. Yeah, I'm assuming that doesn't. All right.
Hopefully it wouldn't.
All right, Zaris, you're up. What would you like to do? As you're
Okay,
walking into this tunnel, the smell of blood intensifies as you go further into it, and you feel the little voice in the back of your head saying, "Run away!"
Okay.
Where to?
How far am I down in the tunnel now?
You're only about 10 feet into the tunnel.
Okay. Hey, sis.
Yes.
Let me try and run back inside, back up there, to the boulders real quick.
How about no?
No, you're staying here. We're gonna. I'll be right back.
I'll
All right.
come with because
As,
I can't.
as
Wait, no, we
Zaris
can
pushes
see in the dark.
beside you,
Wait.
pushes beside you and runs back in. All right,
Okay,
Zaris.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is the tunnel dark or is it dim light?
Well, it's dim light right now as long as the torch is in there.
Oh wait, so I could. Wait, if it's darkness, I can still see him a T.
Mhm. Yeah, you are a tiefling.
We didn't need the torch.
Nope.
In
Nope.
another group
You
I'm in.
moron.
In another group I'm in, I don't have dark vision. I forgot.
All right.
my lord.
So, Zaris, what's the plan?
You suggested it.
I'm going to lightly put my palm onto the boulder and use first level earth tremor.
Okay.
So you're gonna ditch me.
I mean, you're coming with, aren't you?
Boulder's got to make a dex save, and just because the DM's an asshole, he's gonna roll it.
Oh my fucking god.
Well, good news. Boulders don't have good dexterity. That's a 1. All
So,
right.
Are you coming with, or are you?
As
gonna
the
get
boulder
killed?
starts to shake loose, or starts to shake, piece of it start to break off, and it splits and starts to sag down just enough to where you think you might be able to crawl out. It's not going to be comfortable, and you might take a point of damage getting through, but you can get through.
Wait, I'm going
Alright.
to wild shape
Mm-hmm.
into a snake.
Venomous.
Well, I mean, do you have wild shape?
Wall shape. Druids get wall shape at level 2.
Yeah, that's true. You're correct on that. I'm just making.
So he could slip through just fine.
Yeah.
You, however, might
Wall
have
shape you can
problems.
make it into
Snicky snake.
Dear, dear brother, did you forget we both have teleportation rings?
No, I did not.
I
Alright.
don't have to crawl through. I just have to let you crawl through.
So as you manage to slither your butt through, turning into a small little green snake,
Something you fear the most.
no, I do not fear gardener snakes. I just don't like them. They are disgusting. Shut up. Zaya, Zaris, is there anything else you would like to do other than crawling through? I would like to note you are abandoning King and Volkiak.
Wait, I'm going the way where they're going, right?
Oh, are you? I thought you were going
Oh.
through the boulder
Oh,
that was
good.
going.
No!
I was about to start
No!
bitching at.
What the fuck?
Oh, so you do go
Why
through?
would-
Okay.
Oh
I
wait,
see
is
a
there
snake.
another boulder to the exit?
Yep, there is. That's why I thought he was
No,
going
wait,
there.
let's go there. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Wow.
Too late,
we'll
you're
help the
saving us,
party.
bitch.
All right.
Hey, my character isn't a lawful good character.
Don't have to be lawful. All right. So, Zaris, as you come through, you see that there is at least one corpse or zombie corpse on the ground, and both Vokiak and King seem to be holding their own against this horde that seems to go down the hallway further.
Huh. Maybe we should go back. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
You help us.
You don't even know I'm
We
here.
don't owe
Shut
you
up.
anything. You got Divis killed. I blame
All right.
you.
So is there anything else you'd like to do, Zaris?
Okay, I'm gonna wild shape back into my original form and say, "Sup."
Okay.
That is what's up.
Roll a charisma to see how cool you are.
He'd fail no matter what. All right.
-20.
All right. And Zaya, what's your plan? You're still in that tunnel?
Alright. The hole. How big is the hole in the boulder?
It is big enough for a small creature to slide through comfortably. It is not big enough for a medium creature to slide through comfortably.
Can I shoot my crossbow through it? Is the question.
Well, if you're not aiming at anything other than the ceiling, yeah.
I guess I'm gonna use my fancy ring so I don't take any damage and just teleport to my brother on the other side.
All right, Vukiak and King, you just suddenly see a blue light emanating behind you. Zaris, you just see suddenly your sister appears next to you in a flash of blue light.
Sup.
Oh god.
Hey, I'm here where we've been reunited.
All right, so you've got one more action, Zaya. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Alright, how far away is the horde?
From you, 10, 15, 20, 20 feet, or 25 feet is the closest zombie.
25. Let me double check something. Okay, I'm gonna point at the closest one, and I need a wisdom saving throw from it.
Okay, give me a sec. Does a 2 save?
No! So, okay, it's gonna take 1d10 radiant and necrotic damage. Because I did Foxfire.
Alright, double up the damage for, what you cast. Or whatever you
Sweet.
do. Roll.
Yeah. Rolling 2d10.
As fire engulfs this thing right in front of you, Vokiak, it suddenly lightens up the room and you can see further down on how big the horde has gotten.
Is it growing in size? Like there's more coming?
You can't tell, but you see that it goes all the way to the end of the hallway. It seems bigger than it was last
damage.
time. 15. The first one in front of you, Vukiak, just burns to ashes in front of your eyes and falls to the ground.
Nice.
Look who's joined the party,
Really wish I
guys.
was a dragonborn right now.
Aww.
Do you really? Do you really? All right.
If I had a line, yeah, because line fire here would be amazing.
That's true.
This is the perfect room for a lightning spell, like that 30-foot line or like the Scorcher Ray.
Yep. All right,
Or
Vukiak,
moonbeam.
you're up.
Oh, I'm up?
Yep.
I'm gonna make an attack and a bonus action attack against the zombie in front of me.
Okay.
The first one, fucking finally, I got a hit, 16 plus 5.
All right.
And the second one misses.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll damage for the first hit, so D10 plus, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a 1 on the dice, so that's a total of 6 slashing damage.
All right.
And I'm going to... Would it be possible to move King back again, or is this too cluttered back there?
It's too cluttered to move him back anymore at this point.
Okay. I am going to walk 5 feet forward and kind of keep them from proceeding forward, pretty much, just kind of blocking their path
Okay.
more aggressively. And that is how I'm going my turn.
All right. As you slice off an ear and charge closer forward, the zombies seem to continue to growl and hiss at you as they continue to try and attack. All right. King, you see Vukiak start to push these zombies back a little bit and moves forward like a Spartan in his prime. What's your plan? As he finds his... Yes.
I am going to again frostbite the nearest.
Okay. That's another con save. That's a 13, 16.
That passes, so nothing happens.
As it just flies by, Vukiak, you just see a blue light fly right past your head.
My, that was very impressive.
I'm not used to these
So
dumb
much
magic.
No, it's very impressive. You know, I just burnt one too, Crisp, and you're playing what
Someone's
is it?
a little
Miss
bitter.
them?
So I think someone's
My
been begging.
best friend died.
Someone's been begging someone to call them Oni-chan again. All right.
No.
So after King, the Horde is going to go ahead and start to push against Vukiak, trying to shove him as hard as they can.
I'm raging. I got advantage on strength checks, thankfully.
Well, unfortunately, that's 2 natural ones as the front one squishes himself against your spear, or against your weapon, and just crushes himself. However,
They're very formidable foes.
the entire horde continues to move forward. No one's dead yet, as of yet, Wolf, but they've managed to kill now 7 of these things as they continue to advance forward on them.
Alright, so during that action you just did, whenever they moved up, I'm going to take
Yep.
my reaction to attack one in the... I think it would be the second one in the row, because, yeah, it would be the second one in the row I make an attack against.
Okay.
That hits, 17 plus 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to roll damage. 8 plus 5, which is a total of 13 slashing damage.
Alright, the back one seems to, you just imagine slash into it, completely destroying its armor, weakening it, and it seems to be rather bloody as it's bleeding out this weird green and black ichor of sorts. You also notice that what would normally be what looks like a heart in its chest seems to be this nasty, kind of congealed piece of flesh that seems to beat, but looks nothing like any heart you've ever seen. Alright. Okay. So, as the horde moves forward, it doesn't get a chance to attack since it's already killed its front guy. Zaris, you're up. What's your plan? Zaris.
Oh no, I'm here. I'm going to cast Fog Cloud so they can have a disadvantage on their sight.
Where you, and what's the range on that?
How far are they from us?
Well, from you, they are about 20 feet.
Yep, I'm gonna cast it at 20 feet so they, well, about 10.
Okay, and does that also gives all allies disadvantage, correct?
Yeah, it would. So maybe rethink that a little bit.
Well, it's
Just
also
a little bit.
it's also a concentration spell. Okay, so as you, oh wow, wait, it lasts for a duration or until wind or moderate or greater speed. Okay, it's 120 feet. So the entire hallway you guys are now in is completely covered in a deep fog, as the smell of ocean pops up, and salt on the air evolves, into the room. All right.
So he just created a fog cloud 20 feet in the room?
Yep, it goes the entire length of the hallway at this point. You cannot see a thing in front of you.
Might we be able to escape this
God.
time?
Damn it.
Alright.
To what? To where? The other big room of monsters? You
Turn
just made us
around.
begin the
Yeah.
enemies.
Turn around and use your gosh darn barbarian rage and
I
smash
already
the
asked last
frickin'
session.
boulder.
He said it was literally impossible. I already asked that. That was the first thing I thought of last session.
It
He
wasn't
said was
cracked
impossible.
last time.
Oh, well, that's true. DM, looking back, can I break open that boulder now using my rage strength?
You theoretically could try and do a strength check and break the boulder.
Would it be nearly impossible to do?
No.
Okay.
If you could see the boulder with all the fog.
Yeah, so, alright. So Zaris, is there
You can
anything
help.
else you wanted to do other than your fog action? Are you going to do any movement or any other spell casting?
Okay, nope. I'm just going, well, no, not really.
Okay. I will mention with the fog, it starts to kind of develop a little bit of condensation as the torch kind of withers away in your hands, and it is now considered dark. Only those who have dark vision can see in front of them. All right,
Yay.
Zaya,
See?
being at the very back, what would you like to do now that you cannot see a damn thing?
I can't see any of the enemies.
No, really.
But my foxfire depends on sight.
You know you
just-
can use your other senses.
It's the spell specifically says a target you could see within range, not smell, and it did, if you recall, double damage. It was a double damage, so it was a good thing to hit them with, brother. Before you.
Oh
before
wait, the
you
fog cloud is
fucked
on
it up.
them?
It's on all of
It's
you.
on everyone.
Oh.
It's everywhere.
Doesn't that give
the
us disadvantage on
fog-
attacks?
Yes, everyone gets a disadvantage now.
Yeah,
So they can't hit
everyone.
us as easily.
That is.
I'm looking. So.
Oh, I forgot I have reckless attack. I probably shouldn't even be using it. 'Cause
Uh,
I
Maybe
have
you
13
should
AC.
move up a bit to happen.
I can't move up. There's a horde in front of me.
I want to, in the fog and confusion, use thaumaturgy to, like, as far back as I can in the back of the room, create a voice, like a sound, and get all the horde to go in the opposite direction of us, like away from the exit, the boulder.
Okay. As the sound, and what's the sound you're making?
It's gonna be
Crying
the
child.
sound of, yeah, like a crying child, like blood being spilled onto the ground.
You think that's gonna
Like a
help?
weapon hacking
Murder
into
porn.
flesh. Like something that would attract them to feast.
Okay.
Probably just screams.
Crying child.
Yeah.
Crying child.
All right. As you do that, nothing seems to happen. The horde continues paying attention to what's in front of them.
Oh, so you
Huh,
can't even
so
see
they
anything happens.
don't-
Which is nothing.
They don't
can't see
rely
anything.
on sight. Which means we should have made
Yeah.
a smelly cloud.
Yeah, well,
Hang
true,
on,
but
let
they
me-
also are currently engaged with me, and they do remember I'm still here.
How much
Most
is
likely.
the fog cloud?
120
Like
feet.
what's the area? 120 feet?
It's the entire hallway.
How mad
The
would you be if I ruined your fog cloud?
Remember, it's a concentration spell, so I have to focus on the fog cloud. So
Yeah, but how mad would you be if I disrupted the fog cloud?
if you're gonna punch me in
I
the
have a
fucking
very,
face,
very odd question.
I have the spell Gust of Wind. You have it too. It's from
I
I
know.
have
our
something that's
thing.
worse. I have something that's worse. I just need to check.
Let me
Does
just.
my beard
okay.
count as a holy symbol?
No.
What?
God,
What?
a dwarf cleric.
Good try
Okay.
though.
It got turned snow
Yes,
white
Fuga,
from my
Fuga.
patriot, from my
Fuga.
goddess.
Are you
It should-
injured? Are you injured at all?
I am
Who?
down about 22
I
health
can't
points.
see you though, but
I
I'm
can
right
heal
by.
that.
Yeah, that's the problem, ain't it?
I'm right by Zaris. So what's your health at, Zaris?
My health is there. Oh, you mean
Yeah. Yeah.
6 out of 30.
And can I see him? Can I see him, DM? Because I'm right by
Yes.
him.
Yeah, you can see him right in front of you.
Okay.
Sup,
good,
sis?
Good.
You can't
I'm
talk
gonna-
while you're doing this spell. I will mention you're basically sitting there
Yeah.
waving your hands in the air with blue light coming out of them the entire time.
I'll do second level spell Cure Wounds on him so he doesn't die.
Okay.
Alright, let me roll that.
Okay. Just doing something.
Alright. Oh, that's wonderful. You get healed for 9 because I got a nat 1 on
Alright.
one of them.
Okay. That's good. Zai, and that was your action. Did you want to do anything for your either movement or other action?
Movement.
You can't really move unless you want to crawl back through the rock,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So
or
I
you can
guess
go
I'll
down the
just-
hallway. There is a tunnel, a broken tunnel cave that goes off to your left that you can still smell blood coming out of, and the sounds of what sounds like something very big and fleshy hitting something hard.
So things I don't want to look at. I'll stay where I am for now, because I can't see and I'm not running into the horde by accident.
Okay.
So that's my turn. I healed. I did a thing.
All right, Vukiak, you're up. You can see the thing in front of you, but you can no longer see. All you see is a little bit of a faint yellow light coming from the eyes of the creatures beyond.
Okay. How much health do you have, King?
I think King has full health.
Yeah, I'm fully no, I'm actually at half health. About
What's your total
just
health?
a little
Will?
over.
What's your total health?
I'm feeling about a 24 out of 44 here.
I'm debating whether or not it's worth just throwing you to the front line and going to the back and punching the boulder into pieces.
I should be able to
I
hold my
mean,
own. My armor class is
mean-
pretty good.
What is it?
Zaya will argue with that idea.
My armor class is 19.
I have a 13. I think you'll be taking over for now.
As he goes
Yep.
by, can I just pat his shoulder and use my last spell slot to use Cure Wounds?
Just out of curiosity, is it
Is it-
mid-sentence I say, "What is this? I smell something!" And I just begin slicing even harder into the horde, and I start using reckless attacks.
Okay.
And I just scream, "Push harder!" And I begin making attacks. The normal attacks,
Okay.
disadvantage, that misses, bonus action, that hits, 19 plus 5, 24, 1d10, that's 10, awesome. So that's 15 damage to the one in front of me.
First one, the one in front of you just dies as you manage to slice it down in a single hit.
Okay, that refreshes my temporary hit points a bit, nice. Alright, so I'm going to then, move back.
I'll stand aside so he can move through my space.
Are you gonna
I'm
just
thinking
move
'cause-
back 5 feet?
I'm gonna move back 5 feet to get the reaction, because that really is useful, because that really does help just throw more attacks out there. It's a very valid strategy.
All
Okay,
right.
move 5 feet back, and then I'll hold my position.
Okay. Oops. Trying to get that down here. Give me a sec. There we go. Oh my god, the marker thing. Ugh. It's that damn
Oh, and
dwarven
I have
shield.
one attack spell I could use that would probably be a lot
There we
better
go.
because it does cause a small explosion.
Well, before you go, King,
we're in a tunnel. We're in a tunnel.
Zaya. Question.
Yeah.
Do you still have that? Actually, I'll message you.
All right. All right.
Oh shit, I forget. God, I haven't messaged you until. Oh, there you are. All right.
She's the one with the crow face now. The
I'm.
crow
it's,
of judgment.
it's a crow, but let's pretend it's a raven.
Okay, so all attacks and they have advantage, by the way.
Yeah.
Because Rex attack.
Oh, that's right. All right.
Yeah. Wrong tiefling, my dude.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait.
I'm concerned.
Okay. So, Vukiak, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Alright, that's going to. Hey, I'm barbarian, it's good for me, right?
Yep.
That's going to be a 14 plus 4, 18 total.
Okay. Let me check something. So you said what was it? 24?
No, an 18 total.
Oh, 18 total. Okay. All right. Give me a second. Here. One sec. Let me get all my dice together here.
Yeah.
I don't have that many dice. Okay. Do you have any immunities or resistances out of curiosity?
No, none.
'Kay.
Oh, but I do have resistances to all damage except psychic because I have bear totem.
Okay, so
Forget about that part. My bad.
no worries.
I took it because I knew I didn't need to be taking from now on.
Oops, sorry. Give me a second.
Now just to get him some psychic damage resistance, and he'll be overpowered.
Yeah, give me one of those fucking mind shielding rings.
Because I have a feeling of what this is, I want to save my
Nope.
thumb.
All right.
It's,
So, Vukiak, you take 14 points of damage as you smell something that starts to set your lungs to flame. It starts to burn. But as this happens, You see all of the zombies in front of you start to choke and like grab at their throats. Half of the horde drops in the back lines. Actually, more than half. Only leaving 3
This
of
was a
them.
plan.
As you smell something strong and terrifying, it seems to be hitting you. The rest of you, everyone
From where?
farther down the hallway, it's this, and it seems to be
Aw.
of a really strong stench, as it starts to kind of give your lungs a slight, or your throat's a kind of singed feeling, like you've just thrown up stomach acid. Everyone else, give me a Constitution saving throw as well.
Oh boy.
Oh no. Just out of
I wish
curiosity.
I had the gas.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, was that
Wrong
damage
tiefling.
pre-halved or?
Yes, I halved it. It was a
Okay.
29.
Okay.
Alright.
So that's going to. So it's 14 total damage.
Yes.
Okay. So that's going to be -4 there. 24. All right. There we
This
go.
is gonna be fun. This will be
I've
very
forgotten how to
fun.
use the bot that roll.
It's /.
Yeah, there's another bot on a different server that does differently. Ow.
Sorry.
That's what I got.
Okay.
This is a saving throw, right? I
Yep.
got a 16.
Okay.
9. So I'm doing real great, guys.
All right. Fuka or
dead
Zaris, what'd you get?
characters.
Should be on there.
I don't. Oh wait. Nope. Oh yeah,
21.
there it is. Okay, 21, and then Vukiak.
Yeah.
All right. What's your con? Oh yes, I didn't have you roll it. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, you already rolled. All right. Oops. Sorry, we went to click the wrong button. Everyone but Zaris, you start to feel extremely sleepy as the room starts to warm up, and you drop to the floor unconscious.
Guys?
Which was those?
Everyone but Zaris.
Guys?
Even the
You
Murray?
hear Dwarven snore.
Yep, even Vukiak and even the zombies in front of you seem to drop to the ground, and you hear the slight sounds of something getting stabbed in the further fog, Zaris, as something seems to be walking towards you. And for a
I
second,
swear.
and as you see this, you just see a man in what looks to be an iron mask, what looks to be little glass vials on his chest as he walks up to you, starts grabbing each one of you and pulling you out after stabbing each of the zombies a few times, and starts to slowly drag you out. And as he gets up to you, Zaris, he just gives you a nice punch to the head to knock you unconscious.
Can I roll Constitution and see if I can
Resist?
resist the
Sure. And yes, I turned off the
Is-
camera for a second.
How tall is this man?
You don't know, you're unconscious. You do not resist as the hit just slams into you, dealing 2 points of damage, non-lethal damage to you, as you
Okay.
are dropped to the ground. All
the
right.
helmet. Was it possible to know what the helmet looked like?
It looked kind of like it basically looked very similar to what. Actually, I think I have an image of it in here somewhere. Give me a moment. I just got to find the image. I think I have it. Sorry, it takes a little bit to find this stuff. Okay. This was a long time ago. I got to grab this thing. Let me go jump. Maybe. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's not pinned. I didn't think it was. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a picture of it. But what you can tell from it, it looks like a solid piece of metal overall that kind of gives off almost a Sith Lord-esque appeal to the person. As you go unconscious, I will mention the man
Think Darth
seems to
Vader,
be
but made of iron.
the man seems to be smaller. You're not sure if it's a man or a woman, and you feel real coldness as it grabs at you or as it hits you. All right. Give me a moment.
I don't like that I'm the only female in the group. and we're being kidnapped by a man. This is not okay.
So we're gonna take a second. I'm going to take a moment because I have to use the restroom. And let you guys panic for a moment. I will
And
be right
reassure
back.
the FBI that we're not
Oh,
doing
here.
anything here.
I looks like I have the image. Let me grab it real quick. There is the image, and I will be right back momentarily after.
So, how's everybody's day going now that we've been kidnapped?
I'm a bit surprised we all got easily kidnapped like that.
It's because I got horrible con save.
It's because there was no choice.
There was no choice.
No.
We're gonna get experimented on and have things, bad things happen to
done
us.
to us.
Things probed. Oh man.
Wow.
To be fair, when you join the Crimson Talon, they do weird stuff to you as well. So, can I ask a question, Fuka?
It's
I may
Vukia.
have an answer. Oh no, me.
Fuka.
Oh,
That's his
Fuka?
username.
uh,
Fuka.
Fuka. Oh, I'm stupid.
All right.
Fuka. No, you're just
I'm back.
confused. What was the logic behind the fog cloud?
All right. Now that I am
Logic.
back, you can
The
discuss that after after the session if you'd like,
Wow.
because the
Okay.
DM is here, and thus you must listen to the DM.
Red.
As you lot
Just
wake
type it out.
as you lot start to wake up, everyone, this counts as a long rest, by the way.
Oh, sweet.
Since King was bitching like for no end last
Death
session.
is a
Oh,
very
God.
long rest. I
Um,
want to point out, death is a very long rest.
so as you
And
wake
yes,
up,
I was bitchy because I had no spell slots after being wiped out by 2
it's not my
assassins.
fault you're a shitty cleric.
Oh,
All right.
Not my fault, I am a cleric. I blame the dice.
Yeah, so do a lot of people. All right. So as you guys wake up, the smell of of some sort of weird chemical, what you could accumulate to being bacon grease, seems to be on the air, mixed with a little bit of what you think may be some like talcum powder. I fucking can't remember.
Talcum?
Talcum powder. Thank you.
Talcum.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I don't use the shit. The smell of bacon grease and talcum powder mixing it together. You see what looks to be, well, King immediately recognizes this person. King, I will message you here real quick. The rest of you just see what looks to be,
I'm terrified.
oh man, let me see if I can find you in my mess. There you are.
I'm just
No.
waiting.
So as you guys start to wake
Wait,
up
what?
slowly, you just see this, what looks to be maybe a gnome, maybe a goblin, about sized height man, robot. You're not really sure, honestly, at this, or Warforged. You're not really sure. You just
As
see
I
him
wake
working.
up, I shout, "You fucker! You used the plan B."
What?
It just looks at looks at Vukiak, and then continues working on the table in front of him, mixing potions and grabbing pieces of metal and kind of screwing them on with the little toolkits and stuff. He tosses a couple of basic healing potions, about 4 of them, on the ground in front of you lot. Not even turning around to look at you.
King, do you know what this thing is?
Yeah, what the fuck is this?
Also, are we tied up or anything, DM?
Nope, you're fully fine.
This is Zilpip, if I'm correct, but the last time I saw him, he was riding a pug and couldn't walk. He had a broken body.
So, why is he walking?
Not a fucking clue.
Wait,
Why are you
Zilpip,
walking?
like the Zilpip from your old...
The tiny dragon.
Oh, that thing.
I'm just kind of rubbing my head like I have a hangover.
Gaia looks kind
The
of
worst
concerned.
being on this freaking planet, if you ask me.
he just looks at you. You just see the mask turn, stare at you, King, and then turn back.
Not that I'm not grateful, but he's
Zaya.
still a dick.
You see, Zaya, Vukiak, and Zaris King, you guys also all see him. He seems to be tinkering with something on the table that seems to be covered in cloth, as he's kind of screwing things around, moving things around, doing other
I'm
such
gonna
things.
whisper to everybody, if that's a bomb, we need to run.
I think
Are you
most
sure it's a
people would run
bomb?
from bombs.
His bombs are very much worse. That smell that burnt,
Are
the
you
smell
sure
that
it's
smelled
even
like
him?
burning was a terrible, terrible thing I've experienced before.
He
He turns.
looks like a robot.
He turns
Is my
back
glaive near
around.
me?
Yes, it is. He
Grab
turns
it.
back around as you grab your glaive, Vukiak. Looks at you dead in the eye from his his mask, and you can sense a smile or a smirk on his face, as he says, "Don't do anything rash," and goes
Does the
back to
voice
working.
sound robotic?
Nope.
Just stare at him.
But DM,
Yes.
from the info I've like tried to gather on like
Mhm.
the Crimson Talon and its groups and stuff, do I know like that Zilpip usually like riding a pug
Nope.
paralyzed? No,
I'm gonna-
I don't.
The only thing you've heard about Zilpip, as far as his travels go and his influence, is that he is known as the Small Dragon.
So he could be a robot for all I know. This is completely normal. Excuse me, sir. May I ask where we are at?
He just continues to ignore you and continues to work on stuff.
Is that balcony
Okay.
actually open to the water? Like, is it
Yes.
an actual balcony? I'm gonna just walk over, kind of set my glaive down, leaning against the railing, and just kind of look out.
Where are?
As
I wanna know where we
Vukiak,
are
as
in
you
life.
look out, you recognize this is the town. It's just you're now inside the keep on the one of the outer balconies in one of the suites. As you look
Oh.
around the room, it seems to have turned into some sort of lab of sorts, with chemicals and vials all over the place. The sounds of ticking in the background, that makes King very nervous as usual.
The sun's
Question,
hang is different. It's been a day.
Mr. Zilpip.
You don't know who this is.
Oh, I don't? I
No.
thought I did.
Nope, you've never met this person.
I'm a spy.
Ah.
I've done research.
So, sister, who
I'm
the
gonna
hell-
scoot towards the nearest exit because I know that most of those tickings are bombs.
As you start to move towards the door, you just see the man turn again, look at you, and says, "Don't open that door." And turns back around, and continues to work on what he's working on.
Hey, sis.
Zilpip, if that's you, what the fuck did you do?
He stays silent and waits for Zar. What were you gonna say, Zaris?
You're alone here? Don't you have like an entourage or something?
I thought we needed to know who he was.
Yeah, Zaris, you don't know who this is.
No, like, that's why I asked, like,
Mm.
you're alone here? Don't you have, like, somebody to accompany you? That's why.
He doesn't even look up from his work, continues working on what seems to be something rather large. You're not sure, but it's, as you start to notice the cover of the blanket, it looks to be some sort of corpse, if you had to guess. And he seems to be working on something towards the head of the corpse, if you had to guess roughly. And he, without turning around, says, "I was sent here. I've been given a job of sorts." And he continues work and says, "Zaya, I need you to bring me the screwdriver over there that's behind you." As he kind of motions his hand to the desk standing right behind you.
Alright, I grab it and then I'll make my way over. You know, kind of cautiously. I'm looking at stuff as I go, eyeing it. Do I like recognize any materials? Like, does anything like poison? I'd probably recognize poison being a spy.
Most of these chemicals seem to give off a strong aroma of like what you'd guess is cleaning chemicals or something of that sort. If you had to give a rough estimate, some of it smells very similar to what you smelled earlier in the hallway. when you were passed out, and you notice the fluids come in many different ranges of colors. As you kind of walk up to him, he says, "Don't touch those," and takes the
I
screwdriver
didn't
from your hand.
plan on it. Only a fool would go around poking at stuff they don't understand.
Good, you're smarter than my master leads on, and he continues to work on.
Master.
So
Can I see into the room to the left of us, the one in the hallway?
No, both sides have the doors closed.
so
Is the door-
where are we?
Yeah, so both doors are closed, so you cannot see at this point.
Can I look around for maybe like hidden exits? Like a vent? I guess there wouldn't be vent in like medieval times, but like, does it look like there's any secret doors or like panels or like trap doors?
Not that you can tell. I mean, you can easily climb over the balcony and leave if you wanted to.
That's true.
He turns back to the group and says, "Where's Tikva?"
Who?
She, Tikva, that name. Could you perhaps explain that to me?
My master sent me here to find Tikva or Azaya. Either one worked, according to what I
Oh.
was informed of.
Ah, well, there's no Tikva with us as far as I'm aware, unless it was one of the corpses those creatures were eating.
So she is dead.
Mask?
We
I
still don't know who you're talking about. We
Zaris,
really
you
don't.
know how he's talking about.
No, he's saying Tikva, like
Yes, your
a
cousin.
general name. Yes, I know, but he didn't specify the last name.
That's true.
So
There's many of Tikva in the Tiefling lands. It's a name that's
right?
used before. So you'd have to specify last name, appearance.
He turns around, takes off the mask, and you see this gnome face and says, "I have no time for your games. Either you have the whereabouts of her, or she's dead."
Well, fine. I guess your information's solid, so I'll be straight with you. She's dead. Her whereabouts I'm looking into myself. So guess if you know anything more, that'd be appreciated. But as far as we're aware, she was announced dead after what? She had a bounty on her head.
And he puts the mask back on, continues to work on the what you've now decided must be a corpse. Vokiak, as you are kind of sniffing in the air, this corpse smells familiar.
The one on the table
Mm-hmm.
is the bartender.
What?
Is it the bartender?
Nope.
What smell is this familiar to?
Oh boy.
Is it the one table he's been working on?
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of walk over and lift the sheet if there is one.
All right, as you lift up the sheet, everyone can clearly see except King, who's trying to figure out a way out of the room currently. There's what looks to be a Dibus on the ground or on the table with modifications on his body of different pieces of metal and designs on overall.
Oh joy.
Dibus?
Should I roll perception to see if I notice this?
Is it currently alive?
Terrorizer Dibus?
It doesn't seem to be moving, and King, you're still looking for an exit. As he kind of looks down at the corpse, looks back at Vukiak, and says, "So I'll make this simple, easy, and quick to understand. I've been told by my master to train the one known as Zaya or Tikva. Since Tikva's not here, as I was informed before I left, I am here to take you under as an apprentice. No, you do not get a choice. You can choose to run, you can choose to hide. I will find you, I will make you an apprentice, and you will serve my master as I've been told to do." As he looks
Does
to
this
Zaya.
person look strong?
He looks stronger than you by a long shot, and the bottles on his chest as you start to notice, seem to be the same bottles, or seem to carry the same stuff that you smelled that started to give you make it hard to breathe earlier.
Well,
Someone who forces someone into coercion isn't fit to be a leader.
He's not the leader, he's the minion
will
to a
never be.
master. Who is this master of yours, if I may ask?
He looks to you and says, "Finally, an intelligent question," and finishes up tightening the screw as Dibbis sits up suddenly and looks about confused. And he goes, the man behind the mask looks to you and says, "Zilpip of House Kung Pao has ordered you as his new apprentice. Congratulations, it's a rare honor."
Arrogant as always, I see, gnome. Your people don't change.
"And your people are dead. Would you like to discuss history?"
I'm gonna take out my glaive and aim at him and go, "Do not tread
Whoa,
waters
okay,
you cannot
okay.
walk
How
above."
about
Let's not do that.
He gets right back up into your face, puts his neck onto the glaive just slightly, just you see it cuts into it, no blood comes out, and says, "You touch me, and I will blow this entire room and the rest of your species to hell."
excuse me,
Oh,
person
joy.
we just met, how about you take a couple steps back and let more calm people negotiate? Last
I
I
bonus
checked,
action rage and begin pummeling the balcony railing in a fit of anger.
Okay. The balcony breaks.
And
he has
after
a
I pummel the
tantrum.
balcony, how far is the jump down to the ground?
It's about 10 feet. You could easily make it without
Jump
an
down.
issue. All right. As you jump
I
down
walk
back into the
back to
town.
my small fishing hamlet where I lived, and I walk away.
Okay.
I am following him.
King just desperately follows, chasing after you like a lost puppy.
Don't leave me behind.
Nope.
We'll deal with that here in a
Nope,
sec.
I'm not dealing with this shit. I did with him
least-
once.
And King is what race again? A dwarf?
Yes.
Yes.
I always enjoyed the company of your stouter folks. Not as pompous, good morals, and I respect that. I
Volkiak, you
just wish I
suddenly
didn't
hear
look lost,
something
man.
in your head. You hear a message come through very clearly and simply. Give me a second.
Ooh boy.
Yay.
Looks like it's just the twins. Or not twins, cousins.
And
Oh, we're
King, if I
siblings.
remember right,
I'm
you have
different.
white hair,
Oh,
right?
it's
You,
cousins.
because of your snow domain, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember if I had said that or not.
wait, wait, I have a question, King. Are you Snow Dwarf?
No, I am a
Aren't you a hill dwarf?
hill dwarf that just yeah.
Stuff happens,
Does
man.
it sound like the person's voice I was previously talking to? The gnome?
No, it does not. You don't
Do
recognize
I
the voice at
feel
all.
as if I can respond to it? Like if I call out, I'll be heard. Do I
Nope.
feel that in the air?
It
I
seems-
just look around and attempt to see where the voice came from in a frantic kind of, flash.
I want to know what happened.
King, you just see as Vukiak is walking in front of you, kind of an irritated stance. Seems to be looking about.
I stopped for a minute because I already.
Watching.
Hey, that's probably the milady.
No. Was it a male or a female voice?
It sounded male.
No. Something worse.
As those two
And-
continue off on their own little tangent, Pippolis looks to you, Zaya, and says, "All right, the simple rules to this apprenticeship are: get that group back here, take your position as leader, and do as I say and as I've done. I even revived your cat as I was told to. He'll now function the same way, except now he's a little stronger. And probably more useful than that dog you've found."
Well, strays do happen to follow people around like that stray dwarf we didn't want. May I ask why you need them back with us? If you don't mind me asking, of course.
Oh, I don't need them at all. You do. I'm not here to
Fair
protect
point.
you. I'm not here to make sure your party is successful. My job is to teach you the stuff I've been told to teach you and make sure you serve my master's end goal. They leave you and you die, well, that just proves you weren't worthy of my master's attention.
Yeah, you're
Well-
losing a healer here, so
Your words are
And your tank.
quoted by angry doggo. Well then, brother,
How long
should
will the
we
Shushin Wizard survive
round
with the
up
healer
the
tank?
strays?
As you guys are, by the way, I will mention, as King and Volkiak, as you're starting to head towards the boat, both of you give me a dexterity saving throw.
Do I get advantage because danger sense is something I can see or hear?
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's a 12 or a 11. That's going to be 12 plus 1. I say 13 total.
Okay. And King? King.
Cameras.
Oh, there we go.
it's in chat.
All right. So
Nat 20.
let me check something.
Dexterous dwarf bitches.
You got lucky.
All right. So you are
Dwarf backflips away.
King. What you just see is Vukiak suddenly gets launched back towards the room and ends up in the back in the room altogether, while you
What the
manage
fuck?
to dodge things completely. And the gnome
Wait,
just
I get
looks
launched 100 feet through the air.
all the way
across-
back. Yep. The gnome looks at you and
Okay.
says, "I'm gonna make this real easy for you, even with your small doggo brain here. I'm not here to make friends with you. I'm not here to care for you, but your job is to protect her, and we're going to do that. Along the way, you might find some stuff that you find of use. You might learn a few things. You're going to do as I say, and you'll do well in life. You don't do as I say, and I end your life. Those are your true decisions, Mr. Deadguard, was it?
How did you know my name?
I know everything. Including the fact that
Tempted to
you're
get in the
looking
boat.
for your dead long ancestors, and I happen to know exactly where they might or where you can find information, as is part of my job. And he shouts out, "By the way, King, there's still a bounty on your head. I wouldn't go off on your own."
King will start walking back, and then when he gets to the balcony and realizes he can't jump that, he's gonna be like, "Just yank me up there, you
I walk
asshole."
over and put down the end of my handle of my glaive and let you grab it. I pull you up.
All right,
I grab it.
as you pull up this fat, overweight dwarf.
I'm not overweight, actually. I'm lean for my species.
He just looks at you two and says, "Now, I'm here to explain how things are going to work from here on out. Listen very carefully because I don't repeat myself. First off, Zaya, you are now my new apprentice. You will do as I say, do as I ask, and never question anything I create. You will learn everything I need you to learn, and along the way, who knows, maybe you'll find out what's happened to your long dead cousin. As it is, I'm guessing, one of the things you're looking into. And yes, before you ask, I do know, but no, you are not going to charm me into telling you. Zaris,
I didn't plan on it.
your job is simple. Do as I say, and we'll get along quite swimmingly. I don't care what your goals are. If you achieve them, great. If you don't, that's that. Dead doggo over here, I want to make this simple. I know what you want. I know what you're looking into. I'm going to make your life easy for you. We will find what you're looking for in exchange that you make sure Zaya doesn't end up dead. She ends up dead, you die next. And lastly, to the useless dwarf, and he kind of just sidelong turns and glares at King, I can have the bounty removed off your head if you'd like, in exchange that you follow my orders.
I'll do that, but one other thing. I need to make it to to where Logolith left his black mist. I have to get there.
That's fine by me if you wish to commit suicide. I don't mind. My job isn't to protect your life. Now, I'm gonna
I
make
bet 10
this.
gold right now that he comes back out alive.
I'm gonna make this real easy for a lot of you. You probably will have noticed by now that there's an interesting trinket around each of your necks. As you except for Zaya, you all notice there is a weird item now on your neck that seems to have a weird red liquid coursing through it.
We didn't notice this earlier?
Nope.
Okay.
It only
And
becomes.
all but me?
Yep. He looks at each of you and says, and pulls out a little switch and says, "This thing is called a magic link. What you're wearing on your neck is kind of similar to what the liquid is I used earlier to knock you unconscious and kill all those creatures. Except it's a lot more concentrated and will go straight into your body rather than being blown up. It will kill you on immediate immediate click of this little button. There's no way of clicking it for individuality. It will kill all of you. Do it not try to kill me or Zaya and that will be clicked. It's a dead man switch and I will always have my finger on it. Are we clear on how this pecking order works now?
Arms crossed.
But that doesn't mean I have to. I doesn't mean I have to like you. So you better be expecting me to flip you.
I'm gonna make this very clear for you, King.
What is flipping off?
I am not as kind as my master. I don't need to be kind. In fact, I don't even have to keep you alive. I've been given these orders. I'm going to follow them. In exchange, you do as I say and you get a happy ending. Do we understand each other?
I'll help teach your magic if you need me to. Then
I don't want your magic, you filthy little scoundrel. You're dumber than half the wolf over there at this point in my
A
mind.
blind man can see you're corrupt.
Well,
You'll be joining the Nine Hells one day, and I'll revel when that happens.
You are correct. I am corrupt, but as far as my death, I don't think you understand the basics of how I work. Now, this is my new setup, my new location. I'm taking over this town and making it my own personal lab. You will come see me from time to time after every few missions I send you on, or decide to choose to go on. You will keep in contact with me at all times. Make that very clear. I don't hear from you. Yes.
How will we contact you?
He throws an orb on the ground and says, "You'll recognize this from the Crimson Talon, something I've been kind of working on the road and modified. I've yet to tell my master of this one, but he'll probably learn of it rather easily. He doesn't really need something like this. It's a two-way communication crystal. Simple, easy to discuss. All it needs is a little magical power, and boom, it works. Should you need my help, I can get to you quickly. This is your, how would you put it? Get out of death free card. Now,
Nothing's free. What's the price of using it?
well, the fact that you have to live.
That's always a price.
Yes, there's your price. I have not been instructed to take any of your lives outright, but I have not been instructed not to. Now, I don't know what your mission is or what your goal is from here on out. So, I'm going to teach you how to make my little bombs. And in exchange for making these, you are going to go off onto your mission and use them whenever you feel need be. As I develop new chemicals here and build up this lab and get rid of the infestation of things you somehow awoke, you may come back and see me from time to time to learn about new chemicals and fun things to explode. You will make sure that anybody who asks of these materials, you do not tell you how you made them or how you came to them or what they're made of, and you will not sell any of them.
Understood.
Now, from here on out, it sounds like the current goals for you lot, if I am clear on this, are that King wants to revive whatever dead god that seems to be following him around, from what I recall. Vukyak, the dead doggo here, wants to head up to the northern elven territories where the Grim Legacy is. I don't recommend it. But that will be where you find your null histories. For the rest, well, good. There's more to be uncovered, I imagine. As I find out more, though, I will inform you for a fee. Zaris, I don't know what the hell you're doing here, to be honest. I don't really care. I know you're Greg's favorite, and I know that that you need to stick around. So why don't you just follow the party for right now? And I know that Zaya wants Tikva, or wants to find Tikva's death, which, once you have earned my respect, I will inform you of how she died and why she died. For now, I suggest
No
you
one can
continue.
earn your respect.
Well, that's true. I suggest you head off on one of the missions you personal missions you lot have for the time being. Unless you'd like to continue fishing outside of this village. He looks at Vukiak and smiles.
It was a peaceful
At this
life until you
point,
ruined it.
I'm going to. At this point, King's going to speak up. Well, we could go to to where I need to go, and you all could see if I die when I walk into that black mist.
Remind me again where you're going and why you think it's a good idea.
The place that Loglith left his black mist. The I can't remember.
Did you also, sorry, our new friend here, acquaintance, I guess you're a boss of mine, said you're reviving a god with this, whatever you're doing.
I have to, otherwise I'm gonna be dead either way.
Oh,
And
so
I'd
if
rather
you,
die. And I'd rather die trying than and try and get my sorcerer magic back than stay a cleric forever.
so what is it you're planning to do with this black mist? From what I
I'm
hear,
gonna
it's
walk directly into it.
I'm gonna walk over to Dibbs' body.
You're
So-
gonna look over Dibus's body?
Walk over to it.
Okay, as you walk over
guys,
to it,
and
it
you
seems
guys
to
are
turn.
free to bet whether or not I come out. But here's the deal: if I come out, I get all the gold of who bet on me to die.
I'm not making any bets. I'm just hoping maybe I'll get someone more useful when you die.
Piplis looks
Then
to
let's
you,
head to
King,
my place then.
as you mention this and says, I would like you to take this vial I've prepared. He hands it off to you and says, I want you to get a little bit of that black mist in this bottle for me.
That should be easy enough.
Good. Get as much as you can and bring it back to me, and I'll reward you with
I
a
think
little
it'd be
something.
easier to collect with bellows, but
I look
Yes.
down at the table of Dibbs.
Mhm.
Can I tell, just from some type of inkling of kind of connection with my more spiritual kind of primal powers, can I tell if his soul wants to return to the body or is he being forced upon this kind of life?
His soul has fully returned. It's never left. It
He's
seems.
he's alive.
Yeah, it's
Is-
staring at you right now. So right now,
Oh.
as you look down on it, half of its face is completely metallic, like it was put together with a piece of plate mail that was hammered together and screwed in, and it seems to have a little red gem for an eye. The other half seems to be back and somewhat repaired, mostly sewn together, since the head was pretty smashed up.
Does it seem cognitively the same or is it much more dull?
It seems completely the same stats and everything from what you can tell. It seems smart. It seems as smart as it was, and just doesn't seem to speak much.
I'm gonna walk over to Dibbis as well and look him over and be like, so you brought Dibbis back from the dead, or if not death's door.
Oh no, he was dead. I was ordered by my master to bring him back and leave him as a parting present. I'm still working on the modifications for him. It'll be another day before he'll be ready to travel. Given
Huh.
otherwise, he should be fully customizable from here on out on any sort of design you'd care for. It wouldn't take me very long to work on him. I could do the same to your dead doggo over there if you'd like.
Metal cannot replace purity of muscle.
Well,
Metal can do what muscle cannot. But if I go angering the dog, it'll cause issues. I'll pass on that.
fine by
Where
me.
did you say this black mist was, dwarf?
Assuming the dwarf talks.
What?
He talks too
Handling
much
some-
sometimes. Where did you find this black mist of yours?
It'd be the followers of Logolith's headquarters, I'm betting.
Oh, great. So if you wander in there, there's a good chance you could start a war with a religious group, is what you're saying.
I won't be starting a war. I'll be making an offer. I walk in, I try to join, I walk in, walk out with the blunt, and leave.
And did you do that when you got a bounty on your head for killing the city?
Piplis chuckles at that.
I didn't
I'm
kill the city.
asking
This guy's enough.
questions. How? What? You said you could use this black mist. Asking
Mm-hmm.
the
Why do we keep
gnome.
talking about mist? It holds no ground in fighting.
Well,
This mist kinda does, my
Sometimes.
friend. This mist is one of the deadliest things on the planet currently.
Sometimes it's not the weapons or the fists you have to worry about. Not the snake that'll kill you. It's the poison it produces. Not.
Everyone already knows that.
He looks to Zaya and then looks back to Vukyak and says, Vukyak, I assume you're familiar with your own heritage. Am I correct in this?
Yes.
So you know that the snow dwarves wiped out your entire civilization with a single spell of a flash freeze blizzard, correct?
Just stare at him.
Yes, so if you know this already, then you know for a fact that it is not strength that makes us, it is our magical ability and our intelligence. Unfortunately, the Knoll people weren't more intelligent than the Snow Dwarves and weren't able to avoid such a situation. Although, respectively, they did decide not to die on their knees and chose to fight, and I hear your people managed to kill a fairly good amount. Quite proud for that factor. But if you want your people brought back, which I'm guessing is what you're aiming to do in the end.
You can't do that.
No, but there is someone who can.
Who?
There's two gods that would be of use to you. One is the one that your friend over there follows. Something of time. I cannot recall her name off the top of my head, as I'm not really interested in religious study.
Gods are not as foolish to undo a millennium.
Can I make a
She might
religion
be.
check?
She's very powerful. She's ready to destroy everything already. With some things.
What would you
Destroy the
like?
gods that are
What are you checking, Zaya?
He mentioned like something about a god of time. Can I like religion check see if that name rings a bell
Sure.
at all? All right, let me roll this.
My only argument is if I'm following the goddess of time, why am I in winter?
Good question.
That is an
Hard to
That's your
find out.
choice.
Guess you'll find out soon enough.
Yeah.
Oh, because freezing. Yeah, freezing time. Got it.
Some
Fun.
people are
Oh
more
my
clever. Yes. So what are you looking to religiously check, Zaya?
The name, the name catches my attention, but I got a 10, so I don't think it is gonna be a name I recognize.
Actually, surprisingly enough,
Oh.
this is a very easy one to recognize because it's a story that's told to almost every child from a young age. The only goddess, or god of time that has ever been mentioned other than the current one, which is known as the Beast of Time, is the lady, the one who fought against the High King in the Age of Chaos. He supposedly managed to kill,
Which High
according
King?
the High King known as Stone the Corrupt.
So wait, King, that's your name. For whatever reason, you're telling me
My mother named me after the god of all gods, in hope for prosperous.
the very god your goddess you follow hates so much.
Piplis laughs at that.
Tell me, so you're planning to release this goddess of yours, and what does she wish to do when she gets back?
Correct errors that have been made by the current gods.
Correct errors.
He
So there's
shrugs
gonna.
at the best. There's already a god war coming.
I know
At least
that.
that's what I heard when I was with them.
Actually, Zaya,
mean-
you did not know that.
No. Well, I thought when I was looking at,
When you were Tikva, you learned that.
but wasn't I researching the
No.
the amateur hour? I didn't hear about them
Tick-tock?
releasing the tiger.
You heard them about releasing a forgotten god, but you did not hear about no god war.
Oh well. Okay, then backtrack. Wait, God War?
I walk over to King and
Yeah.
kind of lean down 4 feet to his head level. I'm going to the tavern. I don't have much time for talking.
Alright.
Now I
Go
just kind of
make
jump
up.
off the balcony
Go
once again.
collect as much food as you want, and we'll meet at the city exit, my friend. And we can talk recipes, probably.
Wait for me.
Alright,
I just
as you walk off on your own, Piplis smiles at you as you walk off and says, "Anytime you want a modification."
to what?
That's a good question.
Give you a peg leg. That's a
Alright.
sword.
Now,
Other things.
if you lot would be off on your own, that would be the greatest thing. I'll have a gift for you before you leave in the morning, I assume. Otherwise, get out of my workshop, you lot.
I don't need
Alright.
Okay, I'm gonna follow Vuthig to the tavern.
Vukiak.
Vukiak,
Actually,
sorry.
I leaving ahead of time. I'm gonna try to dip and not be followed and head back to my house.
I'm. Stealth check? What if I try to follow him?
Oh, he's
Oh,
gone.
you can, I
He's
guess.
got a higher
Darn.
speed than you, and he would have left him a couple minutes beforehand. All right.
Darn.
Zaris and Zaya also, I assume, head off to the tavern with King.
Yeah. Yeah. I need food. I'm
Alright.
an immortal body. I need sustenance.
As you guys begin to eat and relax for the morning, enjoying the day. Give me a second. Yes, I know. Someone's messaging me like mad. Give me a second,
I'll
guys.
kind of
Throughout the day, would it be possible for me to study to raise my wisdom?
Yeah, you can go ahead and try that. Yes, Vukiak, what's up?
I was wanting to say actually, after I went to my house, like I would probably slept the night there, and then morning early, kind of 6 a.m. on the double sharp, go to the tavern and arrive there.
Okay. All right. As the night goes on and the party manages to enjoy themselves eating, drinking, and the other things, I assume King goes to a room and begins to study while Zaris heads off to another room to pass out.
No, I'm gonna stop by the water bank first.
Okay. As you head into the water bank, what are you trying to do?
I jump in the ocean.
Just jump in?
Yep.
Is there a reason?
And, well, while I do it, I cast water breathing so I can actually live for a bit.
Probably a good idea.
I was
all
about
right.
to say he's trying to commit Sudoku.
Okay. So as you jump into the
so
water,
he could live for
Yeah.
a bit.
as you jump in the water, casting your spell, you can breathe underwater. What are you doing? What's the plan here?
Oi, big boss, come here.
Nothing happens.
You're really gonna be an
He won't
asshole to me
acknowledge
today.
you until you've given him the souls he wants. That's what he
That's
requested
you.
of us.
That's you.
Aren't you in the same contract?
He's nowhere near you, by the way, Zaya.
I'm shouting.
Into the water helplessly, like a young lady just married to a navy man.
How deep did he go?
Well, he went out until it started
That's
swimming
what
out
she
towards the ocean.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna wander around town and look for any, I don't know, money, food, rations, items.
All right, as you do that, so Zaris, let's start with you. As you head into how far out are you heading?
Just enough where it's not near the Sea Elven lands. But close. Yeah, just enough to where it's not the Sea Elven land.
Well, you're gonna have to. I mean, to be fair, you can't see any cities out there at this point, but you can't see the bottom of the floor or the ocean floor at this point as you swim out about 100 feet.
Okay.
You see the occasional fish swim by. As time goes on, nothing seems to come anywhere near you.
Killer whale.
Fuck you.
By the
Let's
way,
see,
I will mention the boar seems to have been following King around and sniffing at his pockets, trying to get into his rations the entire time.
Your boar doesn't
my
even
cute
love
little
you.
Can I
Whatever.
roll to slap the boar?
You can,
I
but you
hope
get
it
the sense that
stabs
it
you.
might try and gore you if you do that.
My
Can I
queue's
just
a
And
feed
little
it the
loud.
hardtack and leave me alone?
As you hand it hardtack, it leaves you alone. Go ahead, yes, Zaris.
I try and telepathically talk to it while it's in the water.
To what? The boar or fish or what?
The kraken.
Nothing seems to
To the
happen.
boar. Keep bugging the dwarf.
Shut up.
Oh no, that's his assigned job. I gave him that.
Yes, as you continue to try and reach out, nothing seems to come to you.
Are you fucking kidding me? You gave me this fucking market
Wait.
second chance to live.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You don't want me to.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'm going to first say I really hope that no CEO hear this, but you're all nothing but a bunch of pussies and swing back the door.
Oh, he so wants to die.
Swim faster.
I'm almost there. Give me a second. I got about 4 more rolls. Okay. As you swim away, nothing seems to happen overall. You do see off in the distance a small whale seems to swim by and float off into farther out. All right.
He must have rolled really low.
Luke,
You're
yeah.
lucky.
As you are heading back to your house, is there anything you plan to do in your house besides to kind of crash and be alone?
I was actually gonna text it to you, but I
Okay,
can just
feel free if
say
you
it.
want to.
I'll say it. I basically go home, I grab any coin I have, and I don't have any coin in my inventory, so
You managed
how
to
would you
find
deem it?
about 10 gold pieces.
Okay, 10 gold, and I do imagine I have a little sack of currency from a different place, and but not much actual
I will
value.
mention, yes, your gold coins are not from here.
Yeah, okay, and I was just gonna grab like maybe a ration or something, and I'm gonna go and open the floorboards to
Mhm.
which I've hidden a box in.
Mhm.
I'm going to take the key out my pocket. I'm going to open it. I'm going to take my old armor out. I'm going to put it on the shoulder pauldrons that have rows of spikes that kind of perforate in my overcloak, and they've been worn so long together that it just fits perfectly. The little spikes poking out the cloth with little holes.
Mhm.
I'm going to paint about kind of some black symbols, kind of just on my forehead, representing strength and endurance. I'm going to paint a big, bloodied, almost red tooth on the back of my cloak, which is kind of a black.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to take the box, lock it back up, put it in a kind of a sack, and go to the tavern next morning.
Okay. As you do this, go ahead and add 2 points to your strength.
Oh, holy shit!
So, yes, next up, King, you plan to spend the night studying and reading?
Yep, trying to raise wisdom.
Alright, so congratulations, you make 1 point in intelligence as you realize intelligence is what comes from reading, not wisdom. Wisdom comes from doing stuff and actively learning things that would usually be in the case of experience.
Yeah, like I imagine wisdom's always the kind of innate knowing and feeling of your environment, like knowing how to approach animals and seeing with your third eye.
Alright.
Wisdom's badass.
Yep. So congratulations, you gained your 1 point in intelligence. You are now slightly smarter. As you're reading through a book, it is labeled the Karma Sutra of the Dwarven people. Your charisma drops because
My
you get a
Alaska
bloody
motherfuckers would have
nose.
loved this.
No. All right. So Zaya, as you are walking about looking for anything, any information, any papers,
What?
anything of value, nothing seems to pop up as you notice that everything's been kind of cleaned out for some reason. And you get the very simple
Probably.
hunch that it's probably somewhere where you're going as you head back to the
Yeah.
lab. As you walk,
I have a question though before
yes,
we do anything. Did that creature I killed earlier, did like my arm react in any way that would imply it collected its soul at
It-
all
you
for my
look
kraken?
as your hand or as your entire hand starts to coral up again and shows the markings as you try to check it. The number still says 150 on your hand.
150? That was just 100.
Oh, do you have a soul counter? That's fucking cool. An
I
XP soul
didn't
counter.
kill that
That's
many.
cool as hell.
It's how much I owe to the
God,
Kraken
such-
dude.
That's such horrible.
That's how much she owes to
So-
Davy Jones.
Yeah, to more.
Oh
Guar.
wait, what? Fuck, that's even cooler.
All right, as the
So
coral and stuff
apparently
starts to
those
dissolve.
things souls don't count.
All right. So as you head back to the lab, you see that Pippola seems to still be working on the Dibus. Well, you can add the Dibus character sheet back to the campaign page. If you don't, I will later. He will be back under your full control after this with an advanced movement speed of +5 to his movement speed from here on out, as his feet have been replaced with a stronger mechanism. And Piplis kind of sits you down and starts walking you through the simple things of how to make Plan B, the white phosphorus bombs, as you start to learn about it. Congratulations, you now know how to make white phosphorus bombs.
Sweet.
And he hands you, like I said, 5 of them. I will give those to you after the session today when I have to
Alright.
make the custom myself. And yes, and as he explains to you more and further, he looks at you and says, now that you've learned the simple factor of the first bit of the trade, allow me to give you a tidbit of information as a reward for being a good student. Tikva's death was at the hands of someone you already know. And with that, he shoos you away out of his lab.
Already know. And I'm assuming he doesn't mean Greg, because that's. Greg sent out for bounty hunters. Well, I got bombs now.
Alright, and with
Bombs
that,
and bodyguards.
as the next morning comes, you guys all off into your rooms and gathering into the tavern. Piplis comes in to greet you all and starts to look you all up and looks at Vukiak and says, interesting, and just kind of continues on and says, I wish
Stares.
you luck with your adventure for today. I will mention that Gregory is still in charge and that there might be a slight disturbance, it feels like, going on in that general direction. And he points north and he says, that's where you want to head, due north. From there you should find the fog. It's really hard to find this fog overall. Otherwise, I wish you luck. And
Is there anything else you might need us to collect upon the way? Materials for your creations.
he looks at you and says, well, if the dwarf dies, I wouldn't mind his corpse. I could use it for experiments.
I'll make note of that.
I just whispered
Uh,
desecrator.
If I die, you can take all my books too. They might be useful.
Knowledge is something I'm interested in.
He smiles, nods, and walks off and leaves you lot to
Into the
plan.
sunset.
Nope, back towards his lab. Oh, and he looks
Name
right
the
as
sunset.
he gets to the door. He looks back and looks at Zaris and says, "Leave the boar."
I'm not going to.
I just walk over to the boar with my glaive in hand. Is this a pet?
Mine.
Zaris,
Grumpily
we
walk back
eat
over
it?
to the table.
you
I immediately walk back to the boar.
okay. Zaris, you understand that this isn't a request, as he pulls out the clicking device and says, "This is an order. You are leaving the boar."
I would rather die than continue stinging my
Brother,
boar.
listen to yourself for a second. It's a boar.
Can I make an insight check to see if he really does give a shit about the boar, the person who said it was his pet?
Zaris,
He's
sure.
just being rebellious.
Alright.
Also, I will
Pivot.
remind King and Volkiak that if this thing if that button clicks, it does not just kill Zaris, it kills all of you.
I'm just gonna.
I'm going to
So
kill the
he's
boar.
he's complaining that
What?
he has to
What?
leave his boar behind, right?
He's upset. Go ahead and roll for it. What? King? No. Just no. Sit down, King.
What's happening?
He wants to kill the boar.
I'm not dying if it's between a boar's life and mine. I'm killing the dang boar.
Okay,
The
so-
only thing below him on the pecking order is the boar, so he's desperate to establish dominance.
So yeah,
Okay. Yep. Sure.
the inside check, I rolled a 6 for. So.
Alright, Zaris, do you feel at all like this boar or something? You really care about the boar, or are you just not wanting to follow Piplis's orders?
Well, technically, this is the very first animal I've raised. So, yes, it's gonna have an emotional establishment towards ours.
Okay.
Make it a mecha boar.
So do I not realize you have
no.
emotional status
You
with it?
understand that Zaris seems to have an emotional attachment to it.
My
he says
like
he- wait,
only
he does?
friend
Yes,
got
it
mecha
seems he
board.
does.
Well, I'm not your friend, so fuck off.
I
I'm your
didn't
brother.
say-
Is he
you
still holding
were.
the clicker?
Yes.
I chop the boar's head off. Glaive.
Before you do that, you manage to suddenly not be able to move. As he waves his hands, and he looks at you and says, Zaris, understand, I mean no harm to your boar. I merely mean to protect the poor thing so it doesn't die. Knowing, and he looks at Volkiak at mid-swing, frozen and stuck, that thing is going to eat it.
It's food!
I
Boars
promise.
You
are
need to
friends,
learn to
not
con-
food. I would.
I
You
promise.
need to learn to control yourself better.
I promise to take care of Robert as if he was my own kin, if that gives you any relief.
I'm pretty sure Greg killed his own kin, so I don't know if that's a good.
I'm not related to Greg.
No, but I'm just saying family's a messy matter.
Zilpip would care for his own kid, so I'm just.
So
He cares for his
Zaris,
friends, so give it. I trust him with this.
do you
He's
trust
an
me?
asshole, but he's an honest.
Do you trust me to
Friends?
watch your boar?
Any single hair on his head that is chained into any mechanism that you and your sick, twisted mind.
I have no plans for your boar besides having it keep me company and allowing me to have something to ride around the town. And Vukiak is still stuck.
Really? Like, what spell did he use where he can instantly stun me for this, like, many rounds?
You'll find
Hold
out.
person can be his concentration, so he could have forced that upon you.
Yeah, but I had no save whatsoever.
I know. And he looks at you and says, well, when you learn the domain of time, you'll learn exactly what I've learned.
I didn't.
I'm not looking to turn
I
him
think
into
this
a
is something
mechanism.
I want.
This poor little pig deserves to be well protected and be well fed.
Insight?
People are disgusting. It's an animal meant for slaughter.
And
you
are we
protect it
not-
like it's your kin.
Aren't you a dog ready to be thrown into the slaughter?
I can kill you.
Yes, but I won't let you
Well-
kill him. And go ahead and roll, Zaya.
Alright, let me roll this insight while I just roll my eyes at the two arguing.
And the boar starts to float slowly behind Piplis as he freaking out and squealing like crazy as Piplis is starting to turn around and walk away.
I got a 9, so he's safe, brother.
He seems to be telling the truth.
I believe that this man here could protect it better than we can. Clearly, if I recall,
Dear
you
sister,
almost
you're
died.
only- Dear sister, shut up. Because you
Oh,
wasn't like this
brother.
before. No, he was not like this before. Ever since he came in, you started having this high and mighty bullshit. Shut up.
I've always
am-
had a high and mighty but
Sibling
brother, when was
You know
the
what?
last time
King's
we
just had enough of this.
I
He's
will
walking
keep you
outside. He's gonna
alive,
drag
But if I
Should I roll?
I
Can I
mean,
have
Brother,
Volkiak,
you're
Zilpip help
free
me
to
drag
leave.
the freaking
as
knoll
Considering
outside?
Alright,
I'm pretty
shush.
sure you
everyone, shush. Alright, as the Piplis starts to float the boar out and walks and exits the door, shutting it behind him. Volkiak, you are unfrozen and able to move as your glaive swings into the ground, cracking the tile, not damaging your glaive whatsoever. And Piplis vanishes from sight. From what you can see outside the window, you don't see him anymore.
As soon as he's outside, I go to the bathroom door, I close it from the inside, and then I spend the next couple of rounds using my glaive to batter it down like The Shining and Johnny, with a glaive just destroying it into pieces until I walk back through it.
Okay.
And then I go, sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. I'm done now.
If you destroy property like that in other places, you do realize they're going to try to make us pay for it, and I'm not paying for damages.
I just roll my eyes and I just kind of continue walking outside.
You could
waiting for
feel
them to
free
leave.
to ignore
I
my
go-
advice.
I go with him and I pat his back. It's all right, my friend. We'll
Alright.
get through this. We'll find you a pig you can slaughter.
I'm going to eat that gnome one day.
I would not recommend it. He will give you indigestion.
As
It's
you guys
hard.
start to head out all together, Zaris, you see a little note sitting on the on a table waiting for you outside. Just sitting there, it just says to Zaris.
I pick it up.
All right, let me write it out for you real quick.
I wonder if it's the Greg you love so much. You were his favorite, weren't you?
I've met Greg for all of 5 seconds and he's a good man. An asshole, but a good man.
Perhaps that's all in perspective, isn't it?
Well, hey, he knew my mom, so I might be a
Well-
little.
Biased? Silent.
Yep. All right. So as the group begins to head out and begins heading north, we will end the session there for today.
All
Dun
right.
dun dun!
Thank you for those who watched, and we will
Oof.
see you next time.